not only a great destination for a vacation, but it is also a great destination for dining on the Florida's first coast. 1912 Ocean Bar and Rooftop is now open on Ponte Vedra Boulevard, featuring Ponte Vedra's only oceanfront rooftop bar and lounge. Serving finely crafted cocktails and delectable eats, it's open daily from 4 to 10 with complimentary valet parking.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Cougar Nation. Time to rise and shine and start your day with Duval Sports Media Big Steppers. Dan Hicken.
You know it!
Jeff Proctor.
It's a big deal.
Gosh, it sure is a big deal.
And E to the T.
E.T. is in the booth.
Rise and shine. Cougars, go time on a Wednesday morning. It's a Beachos Plumbing Wednesday. It's Hump Day Stump Day. Get Smart John gets his in a little over an hour. Stay tuned. E.T. is out this morning. He's back tomorrow. We got RJ in the booth today. Hello, RJ. How are we doing?
Good, Jeff. How are you?
How's the bracket?
Oh, that's been crumbled up and thrown away.
No bueno?
No bueno.
What happened? What killed you? It's been pretty chalky.
It has been pretty chalky. I wanted to try to see if I could get at least a couple of Cinderellas.
Sure,
but,
that's how it usually works.
Yeah, once they got kicked out,
I got you.
It was like, yeah.
So you're just a spectator now. From this
what's
point
the
forward.
point?
There you go. Do you have a team you're rooting for? Do you latch on to the Gators because they're close by, or how do?
So I have the Gators versus Houston in my championship.
That's not terrible.
Yeah.
Do you root for anybody? I know you're mostly NBA fan, right? I mean,
I'm not really rooting for anybody.
Do you have a favorite college team? Would it be UCLA or no?
No,
really?
I just watch and I listen to the fandom through you guys. So I always just root, for your guys
for the story.
Yeah.
You get in this business a lot of times you're rooting for the story. So got Gator basketball talk. Look, this is what it looks like going into Thursday from the state of opinion. From the basketball court of a public opinion, I can't find anybody picking Maryland to pull the upset. I do see, most of the projections are a 5 to 10 point game, which would fall within the realms of the point spread. But it seems based on matchup, talent. Florida's also got a little bit of the do factor going on here. They're due to hit on all cylinders here for a game pretty shortly, like they did in the SEC tournament. They've kind of stumbled along. We talked about this yesterday for about their last 30 minutes on court. So, actually more than that, 45 minutes on court. So it's going to, that's going to click at some point. What carried Florida so much this year, and Walter Clayton was an All-American, and the backcourt of Martin and Richard are so important. But, man, Condon and Houck and to a degree, Chinyalu, but really Condon and Houck, those guys over the course of the year, flashing at various points in conjunction with good guard play. That's when Florida's really hard to beat. Don't want to say unbeatable. There's good teams left. It's good teams. And that same 6 who were positioned there, still looking awfully strong now as we're down to just 7 teams from the SEC among that Sweet 16. But I'll get into some of the specific quote-unquote expert picks when it comes to the Florida-Maryland game. Now, it's a different story when you look one step further in the bracket, which I would recommend this time of year is probably a mistake. Get through what's right in front of you and deal with what's next. But a Texas Tech win over Arkansas is going to make for a really difficult matchup there in the Elite Eight with a chance to go to the Final Four. But again, first things first, one step at a time. Listen, we are to the point getting close enough to the draft where this is why they pay us the big bucks for you here in the morning. I pay attention to the trickle down. In other words, there could be moves made other places, and the first thing that clicks into your mind would have nothing to do with the NFL draft, but see, in mine, it gets there pretty quickly. And when I see the Giants, who have been linked to Shedeur Sanders at number 3 in a lot of mock drafts, when I see the Giants yesterday sign Russell Wilson for a year on the heels of signing Jameis Winston for 2 years, it makes me dubious that they have designs on taking Shedeur Sanders at number 3, which means Shedeur Sanders most likely falls past number 5 to whoever wants him there, assuming no one trades up to get him, which means the field of options who the Jaguars are going to have to pick. And look, I'll just get around it here. Let's just take one particular focus as we get close to the draft, and it seems like it is at least just right there on the fingertips attainable. And for me, that's Travis Hunter. I'm looking for any and all situations, scenarios where Travis Hunter falls to 5. That's the guy that I would most want the Jaguars to get. I'll be fine with Mason Graham. I'll be fine with Abdul Carter. I'd be fine with a trade down and strengthening in some way. But if somehow the events could conspire and the needs could match up and indeed a second quarterback goes, but that's I don't want to say devastating. That's perhaps too dramatic of a word. But if you're sitting there at 5 and you're hoping for an Abdul Carter or a Travis Hunter to slide there, it just doesn't seem like it happens at all without at least minimum 2 quarterbacks going in the top 4. And Cam Ward's going to go number 1 to the Titans. I see they've scheduled a personal private workout with him. But it would be a huge upset at this point if Cam Moore's not the overall number 1 pick. But we need Shedeur Sanders to go up there between 2 and 4 to, again, just kind of open up the field of options. Meanwhile, it's fair to ask, just what are the Giants doing? It's like, are we right now, is the NFL in Gulliver's Travels, and has the league like gone to sleep for 3 to 5 years, and they think they're signing the Russell Wilson that's in the prime of his career, taking the Seahawks to the Super Bowl? It's been bad the last 3 years, man. I was looking at some numbers on ESPN, and over the combined the last 3 seasons, it's like 28th in QBR, it's 27th, and just not all total analytic stats. Now, that the win-loss record hadn't been great. Pittsburgh won to a degree last year, but it didn't work in Denver at all, that experiment. So 1 year, $21 million for Russell Wilson, and man, if there is a definition of a reliable / unreliable backup, it would be Jameis Winston, wouldn't it? I mean, you talk about a box of chocolates backup, you just don't know what you're getting when you open that up. You trot Jameis out there mid-third quarter, injury replacement or not. You might get a guy who rips them apart for 3 touchdowns in the final quarter and a half, or you might get a guy who literally throws 4 picks. And unless the Giants are willing to cover all bases, go with established veteran, go with unestablished veteran, and then come over the top with Shedeur Sanders and no rush to get him on the field, no pressure for him to perform right away, that would seem like an awfully high pick for a losing football team to just, put some long-term investment in. So, again, that's what the trickle-down looks like to me. Looks like it could have effect on the Jags' ability to draft a guy if you're not firmly entrenched in the Mason Graham camp. And, by the way, it might ultimately, when we look back, be a mistake to get pushed out of the Mason Graham camp. It's not like he is doing anything through this to lower his value. He is still hanging right there. If you look at these overall value boards, there's a ton of these guys that put him number 3, number 4, his overall player in the draft. So it's not like it's some consolation prize if on draft day the Jags go with Mason Graham. He doesn't have the sizzle, right, of an edge rusher like Abdul Carter that they liken to Micah Parsons. He certainly doesn't have the sizzle of the Heisman Trophy winning, 2-way playing Travis Hunter coming to town. But in no way at all would I say it's a settle for pick. I don't think that. I don't think Tony and the Jags think that. And so we wait. We wait and are just reminded again. I think of so many of the reasons we love sports. There's just so many metaphors for life within what we watch and what we do. And the Jags are at one of those metaphors of life. And that's just how important your decision-making is.
Would you be mad or upset at all if they do say with the 5th pick, the Jaguars select Ted McMillan?
Yeah, that would.
I think that would kind of make me go, whoa.
Yeah, I would be shocked if that happened. Look, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be mad. I think that's one of those that I wouldn't do, but I could be convinced pretty quick to the upside. And so much of that decision, if it were made, would depend on what they do with all those picks in rounds 2 through 7. I mean, if you tell me I can get Ted McMillan there, and then I get a defensive tackle, and then I get the kind of success in the middle rounds on the interior defensive line that the Rams have had the last couple of years in the draft, right? If I can take Tet McMillan 5 and I'm going to get, those defensive tackles who now are second-year players. Young and Turner, isn't? So that, I think part of that pick at number 5 will be in your mind enhanced by what they do around them as far as the draft goes. So no, listen, if just get me the top flight bona fide best player. We got enough needs here. The receiver position is a disaster. So while adding a rookie, another young guy, you doggone better be right if you take him number 5. That's for sure. He's got to be Brian Thomas Jr. good. That's how good you are if you go for number 5. Brian Thomas Jr. is 20-something pick in the draft. He's got to be that good right away. Like next year, 80 catches, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns good. And if he's that, well, you'd consider it, wouldn't you? But again, with the need there, with the need in the defensive backfield, with the need on the defensive line, either edge rusher or interior, they're surefire going to have their choice of a really impactful player at one of those positions. Decisions, make the right one. So interesting how different teams choose different paths to improvement. And, I say that because, and I don't know if it's, if it's the right strategy. But, man, it sure is different looking at what the Patriots are doing to try and get good in a really tough division versus what the Jaguars are doing and the strategy that they're taking here on, I don't want to say a rebuild, a reload, a re-visualizing, maybe. I say this because Stephon Diggs got $23 million a year. That surprises me. Stephon Diggs is into his 30s, is he not? Pretty sure Stephon Diggs is 31 years old. He's coming off a torn ACL. It didn't end really, from a perspective standpoint, real good in Buffalo. He went down to Houston. It never really meshed there. He got, injured before any real impact was made. He was ignored in the first, wave, even second wave of free agency. He's been sitting there available all this time. So the fact that he got a deal doesn't surprise me, but boy, I sure would have suspected that Stephon Diggs was going to have to settle for like a 1 year, $18 million, right? 2 year, $20 million. Gets 3 years, $69 million, $23 million a year, which is, there's no doubt here. Whoever signs you for 3 years, $69 million is bringing you in to be the number one guy, to be a dog. Now, you've played your way and aged your way out of the Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson dog scale, both pay-wise and production-wise. But make no mistake, Stephon Diggs, 3 years, $69 million, is meant to bring big impact. He went to the Patriots yesterday. By the way, he was actually off to a pretty good start last year. When he went down, he was 7th in catches, 47, second on the Texans in receiving yards, almost 500. The Patriots made an aggressive push to get Chris Godwin. He re-signed in Tampa. Diggs joins the receiving core that added Mac Hollins and Kendrick Bourne veterans. Has third-year players, Kayshon Boutte and local product, Demario Douglas. So, again, they had a receiving core that was really lacking any kind of star, any kind of proven, eyebrow-raising production. Is Diggs that guy? Boy, I don't know. It's a fair question to ask. Trying to find a weapon for Drake May. They believe in Drake May up there, their young quarterback. He was awesome with the Bills. With the Bills, he was playing at the highest level. He was up there on at the time, Mount Rushmore of current receivers. In fact, he set several team and league record with the Bills, one of 4 players in NFL history to have 4 straight seasons with 100-plus receptions. So he's been a great player. This sure feels like that 23 a year. A lot of that is back payment for what he's done with other teams. We shall see. And it's not, my bigger point was it's not the only way that the Patriots have differed in their attack, right? They went and got Harold Landry. They've spent money in free agency and added the, more marquee names. Anyway, we're up and at 'em. Glad you are with us here on a Beach Roast Plumbing Wednesday. Like Family Beach Roast is there. Any plumbing issue that you have, whether it's an emergency or a planned project, can count on the fine friends and folks there at Beach Roast Plumbing. Go to beachroastplumbing.com.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
He writes. He speaks.
Amazing, isn't it?
He's nationally syndicated sports writer Matt Hayes, and he's on XL Primetime. Afternoons 2 to 4 on 1010 XL.
Lauren Brooks here. At Hodges Mazda, they are proud of their solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. As your hometown Mazda dealer, their high customer service standards and their huge inventory of new and used cars provide their customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Their professional non-commissioned sales team puts your best interest first without exception. And all new vehicle purchases include the Hodges Mazda Protection Package. Visit them online at hodgesmazda.com or stop in today to learn more and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Guys, your lawn's the home field. Now you can champion your St. Augustine grass. TopDressing.com just hit Jacksonville with a game-changing patented process. Aerate and transform your turf into a fairway-worthy masterpiece. Less water, shorter cuts, and the envy of every neighbor. No one else delivers a perfect 10 lawn like this. Visit TopDressing.com and dominate your block with the same process that golf courses use. Top dress your lawn like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
Anytime you've got major plumbing problems, and even the minor ones, there's several potential causes, and they usually can't be easily detected. So don't guess at a solution. Hire Roland Reese Plumbing at plumbingjacksonville.com.
Hello, First Coast. I'm sure by now you have seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
The month of March makes us mad.
This is mass madness, you maniacs!
And we love it.
Got a 3!
Experience the madness with 1010XL.
Served up hot by Hurricane Grill and Wings and Florida Pest Control.
Tax season is here, and your refund can go further at Big Chief Tire. Frank Frangie here. Put the extra cash to work by investing in your vehicle, whether it's overdue maintenance, brake repairs, or new tires. Their skilled technicians will help you get the most out of every dollar. With 5 Jacksonville locations, fair prices, and trusted service, Big Chief Tire has everything you need to hit the road with confidence. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to their website, CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com. And let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Calling all fun-loving citizens of Northeast Florida. Freedom Boat Club needs your help. Lisa the Botanista has gone missing. She left a note that said gone boating. But here's the thing. Freedom Boat Club has 4 local locations. Julington Creek, Jacks Beach, and 2 in St. Augustine. And over 400 locations across the world. That's a lot of water to cover. Is she water skiing on the Ozarks, whale watching in the Pacific, or island hopping in Spain? Or hiding right here at the Black Creek rope swing, or docking at the Conch House? Wait, has anyone checked Fort George Island? Too much to do on the water. So Freedom Boat Club is offering our best discount of all time, so you can help search. You simply make your reservation, show up, and have fun. I gotta go. I'm hopping on a boat to the fish camp for live music and lunch. Maybe I'll find the Botanista there. Or better yet, maybe you'll join us with the best discount ever and enjoy boating made simple. Don't blame us when you start playing hooky too. Visit freedomboatclub.com.
This is head coach Matthew Driscoll from the UNF men's basketball team. When our players suffer an orthopedic injury, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists gets our players back on the court pain-free.
We appreciate the endorsements from our high school and college coaches. This is Dr. Kevin Murphy. Next time you need orthopedic care, you can rely on our team at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
With so many competitive pest services in town, you might wonder why Kingfish Pest Control's business is booming while similar companies seem to be struggling. It all comes down to service, affordability, and effectiveness. Kingfish Pest Control is a local family-owned company who delivers on their promises to effectively control pests like ants, spiders, roaches, termites, mosquitoes, and more. Your home is their priority, so call today and discover why your neighbors and your buddy Hayes Car Lion trust Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jaguars.
What does your dream backyard look like? Hey, it's Joe C. and my friends at CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living can design an outdoor kitchen layout custom built to your taste and lifestyle. You dream it, they can build it. CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. Visit cssoutdoor.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Ledis is a homer shy of the cycle. High drive into right. It's enough. It's back. And it's gone for the cycle. It's a walk-off grand slam. Florida State wins it. 8-4. A cycle in capital letters. Welcome back to Northeast Florida.
Welcome back indeed. It's got to sting a little bit over at UNF. This is the other side, man, of that transfer portal and the difficulty of the smaller D1 programs, even in baseball. Alex Ledis had maybe the best freshman season in UNF history a couple years ago. But through the portal is wound up at Florida State. And boy, what a big one last night. You heard it described there, but I'll reset it for you. FSU and Florida play baseball last night. They're once a year at the baseball grounds. And the Gators actually had a comeback and took a lead in the ninth inning, 4-3. And then the Noles re-rallied. They had tied the game at 4 with the bases loaded, still no outs. I'd just say Alex Ledis show off. Bartram Trail product, by the way, so look, total local kid here in Northeast Florida. But that brings Ledis up with the bases loaded, nobody out, and he promptly deposits it for a game-winning home run. But, man, he hit the trifecta because what the home run did, it was the game-winning homer, the walk-off. It was a grand slam, unique in and of itself, and it finished off a cycle for the kid on the night. He had already had a single, double, and triple in FSU's ultimate 8-4 win. So, man, you want to talk about homecomings? Huh? That's a homecoming now. Alex Ledis with the walk-off, grand slam, cycle-ending home run. And the Noles beat the Gators, and Florida struggles continue, man. They are just in the pits right now. You know, it's interesting. I'm not the Gator fanatic that Dan is. I don't keep up as much. I more just grab headlines over the course of the offseason, paid minimal attention to the roster. I'm not even going to lie until we get probably to the SEC tournament, maybe even the regionals. I got enough going on. My interest in other sports just don't take me down the college baseball road. But I had the feeling, though, that this was going to be a year where there was kind of they weren't going to be as good this year, but they weren't real good last year. They just got really hot at the end. And then they started out like a house of fire, like one of the last undefeated teams, I believe, or at least they were, all the way up into the top 5. And they went up to Knoxville for a series with Tennessee, number 1 and undefeated at the time. They got swept in that one. They were competitive, but they got swept. I don't know. They won a midweek game last week. I believe it was against either JU or UNF. And then this weekend they played Georgia. They got swept again. 0-6 start in the SEC. And now they play FSU, neutral field. They lose that one. They plummeted out of the rankings. And, man, you want to talk about just running into a brick wall. A couple of interesting questions here on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You can reach that at 904-641-1010. And it's just about the draft because there are a lot of there are scenarios, that are still left to be determined to play out. And so I wouldn't count just about anything out. When it comes to who's available, I mean, there's still a long way to go. Again, this is all prefaced, on kind of the thought that if the Giants sign Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston in the last 4 days, it doesn't scream they're taking Shedeur Sanders there in the top 5. Doesn't mean Cleveland couldn't take him. That could start a run. Maybe the Giants love Jackson Dart. Maybe this ultimately forces 3 quarterbacks into the top 5. I don't think so. What about this? A couple now, though, from the text line. What about this scenario? Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, and Mason Graham go 1-4. Now what do you do? Now what do you do if you can't trade down?
Well, I feel like Carter's the pick, isn't it?
No. Cam, Carter, Hunter, and Graham are gone. Those are the first 4. What if those are the first 4?
Are you going O-line at that point?
Well, are you? That's why that would be in some ways kind of a worst case scenario, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And that's what happens, by the way, if that second quarterback falls out of the top 5. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. As we said, maybe Shedeur goes to Cleveland. But then I got these questions. Is there anyone at 5 who you'd actually be mad about if they take? I said, not really.
You wouldn't be mad if they selected Genty that high?
No. That's the next question. No, I wouldn't be mad if they selected Genty that high because I watched what Saquon Barkley meant to the Eagles. What that ability at the running back position. So y'all can talk all about Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase and Patrick Mahomes, and well, you should. They're all great players. But the guy who made the biggest impact last year was Saquon Barkley. Never stopped. Never stopped, never stopping. Never stopped. All the way through the playoffs, all the way to the Super Bowl. And if they didn't have Saquon Barkley, they would not have won it. Now, look, say the same thing about quarterbacks. I get it. But if Genty is like the second best guy to come along, of that Saquon Barkley ilk, and you want to immediately get really good, really quick, listen, I will say this. If they pick Genty number 5, I'm not saying it wouldn't be a surprise. I'm just saying I wouldn't be mad. We'll see. We'll see how I play. Again, what are you getting? They got a lot of picks in the top 100. So how are you feeling in around him? I would say this. It would tell me that they think the team's close. I mean, they're taking them back when you got 2 already that have at least proven capable, maybe not dominant, but proven capable. And you have a history, by the way, if you're James Gladstone, of finding running backs a little deeper in the draft. I offer you Kyron Williams, around 4 or 5 pick, who's playing at an all-pro level for the Rams. So I will be probably most surprised if they took Genty. Would I hate it? No. Is there anybody I actually would be mad about if they took? I'd say no, not really. But I'd say the one that does the least for me that would be Will Campbell. What they've done on the offensive line, I know they've added piecemeal type projects there. Again, I'm ready to get a grand slam at 5, man, whoever it is. Like, I'd rather take Tet McMillan there than Genty.
I was going to say, I think then Tet would probably be the pick.
But McMillan's value, man, it's all over the board. You find some people that have him in the mock drafts like in the late 20s. Doesn't feel like Tet McMillan. They'd go big. They'll take one of those others. Jalen Walker could go there. If those 4 that go.
Well, let me ask this to you. Do you feel that if you were in the Jaguars war room, even pre-draft, are you saying something along the lines of, let's try to get Trevor every conceivable weapon that we can get him?
Well, I mean,
and at pick number 5, we're giving him Ted McMillan. That gives him at least, if Ted pans out, that gives him at least 2 wide receivers. And now we're going to be able to see what Trevor Lawrence can do when he has 2 capable wide receivers on the field.
You just can't afford to do that. He's Trevor Lawrence. He's the number 1 pick in the draft. He's got an all-pro at one receiver. You ought to be able to throw him some scraps for a year if you have to, if it means getting an impactful all-pro player at another position. So, I mean, I'm all willing to butter his toast for him, but not to the point of. And if they took Ted McMillan there, they would be taking a lesser valued player. I promise you that. He ain't 5th on their draft board, and you would find a dozen players at number 5 on their value board and where Ted McMillan is. So unless there's a trade down in play, I would be hugely shocked if Ted McMillan is the 5th pick. Doesn't make me right. Doesn't mean that it wouldn't be an okay pick if you took him there. But I think if you take him there, though, RJ, you're taking him there if Blake Bortles is the quarterback. You know, It's not just specifically to get Trevor a weapon. It's because, oh, my God, this guy is I now got a tandem like Godwin and Mike Evans, right? They didn't put those guys together for Baker Mayfield. He had them. He stepped into them.
It just feels like at least between Liam Cohen, James Gladstone, and Big Bo, and we love them all, it just seems they're all saying the same talking point of, this team's not that far off. And I don't know if they think, hey, listen, if we bring in Mason Graham, then, hey, you know what? Damn it, let's ride.
I think, listen, like a pick like Mason Graham's not supposed to take you 0 to 60 in 2.4. That pick is building a dominant team. Listen, they're in a division. This is where Trevor's got to come through. The division is sketchy enough. If healthy, there's enough talent around you, especially with what's coming through the draft class, some emerging talent on offense with Strange and Thomas. It's time for Trevor to give you a bridge year or two where even if you only go 10-7 or just good enough to beat these, gobstoppers in our division. Division stinks, man. It's where Trevor puts him on his back, man. You're healthy, no more excuses. Good system here. Get rid of that flushed, stale nonsense that we've been watching. Get in a rhythm here, and you could make do if you had to for a year with Thomas, Brown, Washington, a draft pick that's not Ted McMillan.
And the decaying body of Gabe Davis.
True. I just so forgotten I forget him. But if it means establishing a layer on that defensive line that just keeps you solid there for that, listen. Let me also back up on another thing. If Will Campbell's a dadgum stud All-Pro, then I'd be fine with him too. I wouldn't be mad about him either. I'm just saying kind of how I feel about these guys sitting here today. I mean, so decisions. There it comes down, and I'm just answering questions here. It's a fair argument to say if you get Gentry, you're getting Saquon Barkley to pay for the Giants, not the Eagles. That's fair. And while we'll give Barkley a lot of credit for the Eagles run, the defense might say, yeah, really? I mean, look, the Eagles' investment on that defensive line with multiple first-round picks is also a big part of their championship story. While Saquon didn't have a great Super Bowl, you know who did? The Eagles' defense did. The Eagles' defensive line did. One thing about having so many holes, you can get excited about just about anyone they take there, can't you? Who are the experts picking on Florida's Sweet 16 game tomorrow night? I'll run down some of those prognostications when we come back on the other side. Also, tee up a football fix for you. Up and rolling. It's a Petros Plumbing Wednesday on The Drill.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Braves open up the season over-under win total, 93.5 wins. That's shaded to the over -120. Tomorrow, Chris Sale gets the ball. Braves laying $1.20 at San Diego. The Tampa Bay Rays will open up the season. Steinbrenner Field Friday, -205 against Colorado, +170. The Florida Gators bet up to a 6.5-point favorite over Maryland in the Sweet 16 Thursday at the Chase Center in San Francisco, where the total is 157.5. That total opened at 154 and has been going steadily up to 157 in the hook. Texas Tech and Arkansas in the other regional semifinal. Red Raiders a 5.5-point favorite. $250 bonus and you open up a GBank Visa signature card. Visa.com/GBank. Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Plumbing problem? AC not blowing cool? Septic tank backing up? No need to call 3 different companies. Just call Duck Duck Rooter. At Duck Duck Rooter, we do it all. Plumbing, septic, and air conditioning with expert technicians in each department. One company, one call, one easy bill. No hassle, no runaround, just fast professional service from highly skilled techs who know their stuff. Need help? Call 904-862-6769 today and let Duck Duck Rooter handle it all. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Take a radio boat ride with Captain Cabin on the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show. Wheeled in by the Pest Pros at Royal Pest Services and awaken 180 weight loss.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
E.T. here, and it's time for the Taste of Golf at TPC Sawgrass, April 23rd. Join me for fine cuisine from chefs from the top golf clubs in our area. Craft cocktails, games, and unique auction items will be present. This is one of the most impactful charitable events in our area. Come network with a sophisticated audience who's passionate about golf and its values, while impacting the youth in our community. All proceeds benefit First Tee, North Florida. For tickets, go to tasteofgolf.com. Come on, somebody.
Struggling with ED? Now Riddle Wellness has a solution that works. You've heard of PRP treatments for joint pain relief. That same technology is now available with the P-Shot, a non-surgical treatment for ED. Using your body's natural power, the P-Shot helps restore function naturally. No pills, no downtime, just results. Schedule a free consultation at elevatejacksonville.com and learn what the P-Shot can do for you. Riddle Wellness, your health, your confidence totally restored. Visit elevatejacksonville.com.
There's a lot on the line in a divorce. Your home, savings, maybe even your kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce and the unexpected directions it can take, you need a partner you can count on. I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Don't let divorce take more than it has to.
Offices in Jacksonville. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Rick Julius, licensed in Pennsylvania only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just the job, but an experienced, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome to AT&T. How can I help?
Hey, I thought I could trust my twins with my phone, but they outnumber me, man.
Oh, that's a lot of glitter paint. Let's trade
lives.
At AT&T, everyone can trade in an old or glittered iPhone any year, any condition, and save on a new iPhone. Ask how to get iPhone 16 Pro on us. New and existing customers. Savings vary by device and trade-in combinations. Restrictions apply. See att.com for details. AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
Are you thinking about a pool for your home? Blue Haven Pools is Jacksonville's largest pool builder. They've built pools for over 20,000 satisfied families since 2000. It's never been easier to design the perfect pool for your home, family, and budget. Call Blue Haven Pools today at 904-620-0090 to get a free in-home estimate for your in-ground pool, or visit bluehaven.com. Don't let another summer pass by without a pool. Join thousands of happy Jacksonville pool owners in a Blue Haven pool.
E.T. here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find Scratch Kitchen that always comes in the clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar, Hit a home run for happy hour and ask your Twin Peaks girl about local specials on drafts, cocktail shots, and more. Come on, somebody.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwoods. Clayton, you talk a lot about a diamond's cut grade. Why is a diamond graded for cut?
Frank, that's simple. We cut grade diamonds to show a measurement of beauty and light return to the person looking at the diamond so they can understand the value difference between a diamond cut for maximum beauty and one cut for maximum weight. Now, it gets a little more complicated when you find out that the American Gem Society Laboratory actually assigns performance grades and proportion grades using patented computer software and grades for polish and symmetry using a microscope. The end result of cut grading is a final grade that can go from a 0 or ideal to a 10, which is poor. Each of these grades are priced a little differently. That's why you can see a diamond with a fine color and clarity priced low, particularly on the internet, because a trained gemologist won't buy it for resale because of the poor cut. Unfortunately, these type deals aren't good deals. They're bad deals for the unknowing customer.
Underwoods in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, we're back here on the drill. The ineptitude at the top of like organized sports during this transition has been remarkable. And listen, the GOAT is going to be Manfred and what he's done with Major League Baseball. I pounded that home, I think, as best I can. The GOAT for doing it wrong will be him. But the top of college athletics just open the floodgates, and they're just running from the village. Don't know what the heck they're doing. They've just got terrible systems in place. There's no forethought as to, what this new system is going to create. There was no one willing to stand up and put some reason into it. Not even the NFL allows you to be a free agent every year. I mean, it's not. We went from stipend to giving them keys to the castle, and it makes it too difficult to run programs. Here's the latest genius of it all. We talked about this in football. It's the same thing. There's stupidity reigns. There's no one with even enough gumption and moxie to see how stupid it was related to football and change it for basketball. But did they? Of course not. But in football, the transfer portal opens between the conference, between conference championship or after between the regular season and the end of the playoffs. Your teams are going through playoffs. Their players are literally negotiating where they're going to play next. Well, basketball's the same thing. The transfer portal opens in between, right before the Sweet 16. It doesn't make it's like I saw J.J. Watt tweeted. This would be like NFL free agency opening wild card weekend. Get through the season. It's unfair first of all, it's unfair in so many ways, but first and foremost, the teams that have earned their way into the 16. They shouldn't have to be distracted by personnel moves on their own, either from leaving their team or falling behind trying to get someone else. Tom Izzo went off yesterday. He's frustrated. He's angry, as he said, pissed off. And I don't blame him. But he's not spending a lick of time, energy, or effort into the transfer portal. System's so screwed, he said. But I got guys here. We're making memories, trying to make it to the Final Four. I'm not spending 1 ounce. Trust me when I tell you, not one flicker of a thought on anyone but these guys here in this basketball season. And I've been running my program X amount of years, and I'll keep running my way if that's okay with you. Which isn't quite like the Dabo Swinney level of I'm never taking a transfer, but at least it's trying somebody. I mean, if Tom Izzo can't be the elder statement for sense, they wouldn't listen to Nick Saban. Because of the success, you want to, always look at what Nick Saban was suggesting as somehow self-serving, and there probably was some of it that was. But this is out of control, man. I had a great idea yesterday. Yeah, y'all get paid. When you sign, you get an IRA. You have it when you're 35. You get a mutual fund. $200,000. Now go to school. Get a degree. Better yourself. Don't go chasing and running around and this, that, and the other. NIL's out. If you can get a deal with, Gatorade, they want to pay you something, fine, we're going to cap it at this. Or don't play college sports. Plenty adds a layer of responsibility and security to have that money there when you're a grown man, not 17, 18 years old, who in 7 years, most of you, all of the 65 to 300 grand that you were given is long gone. You got nothing to show for it. And now what? You damn sure aren't in the NFL or NBA. No one goes there, gang. This isn't a don't, provide for the players at all. Long past, there should be. And I'm not saying even cheapen it, but just don't make it all about now. It's just so contrary to team building in sports and success. So we'll see. But I bring this up not because I was particularly passionate about it today, but Tom Izzo sure was. His team there in the Sweet 16. There's other college basketball news. I saw that Richard Pitino is leaving New Mexico, and he's going to Xavier. Xavier and their coach, Sean Miller, went to Texas. So some moving and shifting among the coaching ranks. But what the interesting thing about Pitino going to Xavier puts him in the same conference with his dad, so we'll have Pitino matchups in the Big East with Xavier and St. John's. I was into sports betting before sports betting was cool and mainstream. It was still a sketchy, nerve-wracking, under the cloak of darkness entertainment. It's gone so mainstream now. It could be a problem point, but whatever. Live and learn, to each his own. I don't sports bet now, and it's this time of year where I'm so glad I don't. I don't want to try and tell you if Florida's going to cover or not. You know how many people have asked me, does Florida cover the 5.5? Does Florida cover the 6? I don't know, man. I'm putting any of my hard-earned on it. That's for sure. I'm done with that. That just makes it too stressful for me. I take enough interest in sports as it is. Listen, I'll throw in some silly projection game for $5. Sign me up. You want me to get in a March Madness bracket? You bet. Do I like to gamble? Yes, I do. You want to put me in a skins game on a golf course? Hit me at a poker table? I do. But sports betting is just it's a wild thoroughbred, man. It's a wild Mustang, and I don't need it. So if you have any designs on me somehow giving you some indication on what Florida is going to do in their Sweet 16 matchup or in their point spread against Maryland, I don't know. I think Florida wins. If you ask me, what do I think Florida wins by 10 to 15 points. That's what I think. Am I putting money on it so that it stays over whatever that spread is at now? I think it may be 6.5, I heard the Veasan boys say. Nah, I don't want anything to do with that. No, thank you. Do I think they, quote, cover? Yeah, I do. Am I willing to put my money where my mouth is? No. Just about everywhere, though. I'm looking at predictions here online. Here's a collection of them. I won't even tell you who they are. They're typical basketball internet gurus and experts. Here's Florida by 7. The bench too strong. Here's Florida by 7. Here's Florida by 10. This is a game you can hear, by the way, on 10:10 a.m. tomorrow night. The Gators and their Sweet 16 matchup with Maryland comes your way there. It's a game that looks on the surface like it's a little less dicey and dangerous than the winner of the Texas Tech-Arkansas game. Two teams that are going to have a better ability to match you depth-wise, to knock down threes, and to bang with you inside. So when Florida faces teams that they can dominate on the boards, and they do end up dominating just about everyone, no matter what the opposition is, they are really, really tough out. Well, when you get a coach in the Sweet 16, you get to take a gander at ranking every coach in the Sweet 16. Tournament rolls into the semifinals. We've got good coaches here, right? These are power programs, and you've got a lot of guys that Todd Golden is trying to become. Nate Oates and Bruce Pearl, and guys that are, trying to make it to what will be multiple Final Fours for them. But what Golden has done here real quick, and where he has Florida positioned this year, I'll be interested to see where he ranks among the 16. Just one analyst opinion here, I guess. Tom Izzo at the top. I don't have a problem with that. Kelvin Sampson at 2. I don't know, man. Just because you've been around a long time, I don't know if that necessarily makes you number 2. He's had remarkable success at a bunch of different stops, but hadn't won it all. Has Houston even made a final? They haven't, have they? They've gotten knocked out in the Final Four to this point, or did they make a final?
I don't remember them making a Final Four.
I don't think they made a final. But Sampson's good, but that tells you it's open field if he's second best. Nate Oates at Alabama, Matt Painter at Purdue. Purdue has that reputation for getting knocked out early, but they've actually made the Sweet 16 like 7 of the last 8 years, I think I read. So Painter's probably a little better than what your first reaction is. Bruce Pearl is at 5. John Shire, Duke off to a good start there, 6. Dusty May, Michigan, 7. Did take FAU to a Final Four, and he's got Michigan here in the Sweet 16. Rick Barnes, the old hound dog, he's at number 8. Mark Pope at Kentucky over Todd Golden, huh? Again, he's had his second stop. He does have Kentucky. Tommy Lloyd of Arizona is 10. Kevin Young of BYU is 11. Todd Golden checks in 12th. They write hottest team, or second hottest, depending on how you view Duke. Still standing in the Sweet 16. Golden's bona fides are still TBD. Only once finished top half of the West Coast Conference at San Francisco, but has done so in 2 or 3 years at Florida. 6 last year, second this season. Seems to have captured lightning in a bottle with a talented roster, which he deserves credit for assembling. But from a tactical standpoint, hard to ignore just how close UConn and Dan Hurley's team pushed Florida in the second round, despite far inferior talent. Well, that's not a little tough. This isn't. Adding the off-court distractions and allegations that followed him earlier this year, I'm keeping him out of the top 10 while acknowledging that his team, with the second shortest odds to win the title, is primed to make a real run in the coming weeks. So there you are. Football Fix we'll put off for a little bit later. We got the Murphy Power Hour today. We've got Get Smart. John Hicken Arrival is next. All loaded up on a Beatrice Plumbing Wednesday on The Drill.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Share your life with 1010XL. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Oh, wait. I'm going to take a picture and post it on Facebook. What? Hashtag
1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
At Beaver Chevrolet, we believe your experience should be more than just buying a car. It should be a lifetime of confidence, care, and trust. That's why we're proud to offer lifetime warranties and lifetime customer service. At Beaver Chevrolet, we're not just here to sell you a car. We're here to establish a lifelong relationship that you can always count on. It's simple. You deserve the best and shouldn't settle for less. Visit Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville, where we're ready to give you a peace of mind for a lifetime.
St. Johns County parents, does your kid have energy to burn? Want them to play a sport for their middle school? Sign up today for the St. John's Middle School Athletic Association. Spring pickleball, tackle football, dance, and cheerleading. Who doesn't want their kid to be the next NFL quarterback or dance floor diva? Hurry, time is running out. March is almost over. You know how fast your kid can go from playing Xbox to practicing their touchdown dance or sideline cheer? Sign up at sjmsaa.org. sjmsaa.org.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Join me, Max Fink, as I keep a close eye on everything that happens in Gator Nation.
The Gator Report, polished up by San Jose Collision on the home of the Florida Gators, 1010XL.
Go, Gator!
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. But we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold and silver and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at almost $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Get this thing unwrapped here. Duval!
Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, man. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Daily Stash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, like me. I'm sure there's a Daily Stash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course,
oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it," and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Daily Stash sandwich or sub
for you. Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Daly's Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
At the First Coast YMCA, you'll find much more than just a gym. We offer many ways to help you become more active, reach your weight loss goals, and find your inner strength. Membership at the Y includes state-of-the-art facilities, a huge variety of fitness classes, and programs for all ages. It's easy to join the Y since it's affordable for all incomes. The Y is a great place to make connections and experience something new. Visit the YMCA near you or online at fcymca.org.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Jags fans, here's your chance to score a trip to Green Bay for round 1 of draft night. Through the Everbank Draft Night Experience Sweepstakes, one lucky winner and a guest will be there live and in person to see the Jaguars make their first pick. To enter, visit everbank.com/draft by April 4th. That's everbank.com/draft. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry period from 3/3/25 to 4/4/25. For official rules, prize description, odds of winning, and other details, visit everbank.com/draft. Sponsored and administrator, Everbank N.A.
Out with the old, in with the organized. Mia here for my friends at Closets by Design. Freshen up your home this spring with a custom organization solution. For a limited time, take advantage of our spring special and enjoy exclusive savings on closets, garages, home offices, and more. That's 40% off with an additional 15% off with 12-month special financing through April. Spring on this deal before it's gone. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation with Closets by Design.
Tired of drafty, noisy vinyl windows? It's time to say goodbye to vinyl. And hello to lasting comfort with Renewal by Andersen windows and doors. Our exclusive Fiberx windows are 2 times stronger than vinyl, more energy efficient, and custom built to fit your home perfectly. No more warping, no more cracking, just beautiful, durable windows that stand the test of time. Right now, get special financing or save big with limited time discounts. Call Renewal by Andersen today and say bye-bye vinyl. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com. Don't wait. Upgrade today. License number CGC 1527613.
Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. The number 1 seed Florida men's basketball team advanced to the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament after its narrow 2-point victory over 2-time defending champion UConn. Florida will take on 4th seed Maryland tomorrow. Catch live coverage at 7 on 1010 a.m. The Florida baseball team was crushed by number 4 Florida State by 4 runs last night. Hayden Yost gave the Gators a late lead with an RBI single to plate Ashton Wilson, but Seminoles' Alex Lodice blasted a grand slam to bring the final tally to 8-4 for the Seminoles. Florida dropped out of the top 25 poll after getting swept by number 3 Georgia over the weekend. The Gators will look to snap their 4-game losing streak against Ole Miss tomorrow. Listen live at 8 on 1010 a.m. I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. It's 56 degrees at 7 o'clock. Time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
No, Mike, but I'll tell you this. You know what day it is?
Hump Day.
Thank you, RJ. Good morning, RJ. How are you?
Morning, Dan. How are you?
Looking as good as ever. Still with a very punchable face, though.
Wow.
The cherubic face?
Yes,
We're still on that, are we?
Quickly.
Yes.
Again, you're arriving with violence. I think he's stolen from E.T.'s wardrobe, though. RJ, could you come out and do a little...
I saw it. We just saw it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, Orlando Magic.
Yeah,
Orlando
he's
Magic.
got that Duke look.
Oh.
I don't know, man. I kind of got to throw a bit of an E card. The dude's like full-fledged Laker fan. The Magic just beat him a couple of days ago. So unless you lost a bet, I got to put thumbs down on wearing the Magic gear.
No, I did not lose a bet. However, when I get the email from the top man,
you need to start wearing some Magic.
No.
You got to be a Magic fan now.
No.
He's a Magic man.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I woke up late this morning. I said, "What can I put on?" And I just chose this.
He got the email that he had to come in and work.
I got you.
And it was.
Yeah. I didn't get the email that I had to come in and work.
Well,
it was
work
just
this shift.
Well, yeah, just hey, we need you to come in and do the drill. Yeah.
Filling in for E is RJ.
Sure.
Yeah,
letter perfect. We're letter perfect.
E.T. to RJ.
Yeah, but let the record show. Yeah, the Lakers did get their ass whipped.
Yeah, the Lakers
by the Magic.
Lakers hit a little stumbling block here of late.
I had a
what
great time last night until the very end of the baseball game.
Did you go to the game?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
And I
didn't know you were going.
Well, I was working, so
I got you. Went down
to did live
professional
live.
Gave a professional mogul like perspective.
It's really grown. I looked it up since 2007. We've had it. What a great ending for Alex Lodis. I mean, I hate you, FSU. I hate you, but the kid, I'd be hard pressed to find a local kid have a better night than what Alex Lodis had. I mean, think about this right now. You come home, you got about 30 to 40 friends and family in the stands. You hit for the freaking cycle.
Walk off.
And then you hit a walk-off grand slam to win the game.
Yeah.
I mean, how
by the way,
can it go any better?
Ask the folks at UNF. They'll tell you Alex Lodis had the best freshman season in UNF baseball history. There's another side of this story is just how impossible it has become for the JUs and UNFs to compete.
But that aside, I got to say this, and look, we're not talking like, man, he's good. We're talking like All-American. We're talking like,
sure.
Like, I haven't looked
draft talk.
I don't have the Caglione, and I don't know them yet. I don't know and the Condrens. I don't know those guys in baseball yet this year, okay? Because it's so early in college baseball. But you find me a better baseball player in Division I college than Alex Lodis right now.
Well, you're looking at the wrong guy.
I've watched him make plays in the infield that are unbelievable. So defensively, check. Okay.
Is he a shortstop?
Yeah. He's hitting, ladies and gentlemen, .475 with 101 at bats. He has 48 hits. Jeff, if you're 50 for 100, what are you batting?
You're batting 500.
Who bats .475?
This far in. We're not 10 games in. Guys played.
He's at 101 at bats. I don't know how many plate appearances.
25, 30 games.
He's got 8 home runs, 30 RBI. He's slugging .842. OPS is 1.364.
You know whose numbers is funny? It's a guy you referenced. It's a total different story, but allow me to infuse a little orange and blue. He's got Caglione spring training numbers with more at-bats. Did you see what he did in spring training?
Yeah, but he didn't have that many at-bats.
Yeah, he's still 9 for 18 with 3 homers and a slug of 1.3. The only reason he doesn't have more at-bats is because the Royals are like, I can't let him see any more of this guy. The fans will kill us if he's not up here in April.
So he comes back to Jacksonville.
Yeah, he started at UNF. He's a Bartram, right?
Bartram Trail kid. And the incredible story, and I don't know the exact because I wasn't, Alex Lodis struggled some in high school. Like Alex Lodis.
He wasn't like the big name coming out.
Alex Lodis, now, he was good enough to go to UNF. So listen, I have a lot of respect. So I'm not knocking the kid. I'm praising the kid. But from what I understand, and if you're a ball player, you get this. And I'm not positive on this. But the boys tell me that Lodis was hitting like 200 his senior year at Bartram Trail.
Huh. Just got in a slump.
Well, just became a player. Just kept working, just clicked. The hitting clicked, and he hasn't stopped. single, double, triple home run in your hometown in front of 10,000 with family and friends. You can't script that any better.
Yeah.
They had 4 kids in the starting lineup from this area. And so a great win for FSU. I think they're 21-3. What galls me.
What has happened to Florida baseball?
Well, a couple things. What galls me is the Gators from a Florida side. And again, I can't.
Battled back.
Oh, he took the lead in the 9th, man. We're down 3-2. We're going to steal one. He stinks right now.
He does.
And I don't know what KOS is thinking. And again, far be it from me to be the critical one, but it's easy in baseball to get on the skipper when it doesn't work. You put the kid in, walk, hit by pitch to start the inning. Good time to pull him. No, we'll let him walk another one, give up a single to tie it, and up grand slam home run. That's 5 batters, nobody out.
0 outs recorded, 0 cares given.
At any point are we thinking about – now, I get – sometimes – listen, who lost a midweek game last night? Might have been Arkansas. Somebody 14-13 to like Northeast Missouri. Their closers jumping up and down and going crazy. I get the midweek you had a nice win. They beat UCF, who beat Florida. So it's, I get it. I get the midweek games.
What Dan means is your prime starting pitching you save for your conference weekend. So these midweek games is a test of depth.
Our Gator prime starting pitching was busy giving up 31 runs this weekend in 2 games. So we had nobody left, but they pitched great last night. Now, until the 9th. But I'll say this about midweek games. You play at FSU, you just got swept. You got 10,000 people there who care. That's a nice one to get a dub on.
Well, it appears they try. They just melted in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah. So anyway, but the story should be Alex Lodis. I mean,
for sure.
And again.
Yeah. And Knowles baseball overall and the coach and that continued development they're going to be good for every year. It's like Mike Martin reincarnating here.
By the way, Brody DeLamalore, who also is at FSU, and he hit a home run too.
Okay.
So he's a Jacksonville kid. Sorry, Brody, on this
Where'd
one
he
you got
play?
Bartram. This one got overshadowed. Bartram had a heck of a team.
Had a heck of a night, sounds like.
Yeah. So anyway, congrats to them. And it got me thinking, and I put this in our Dreamfinders Homes poll question of the day. Dreamfinders Homes is the official home builder of the Jags, the Gators, and the PGA Tour. Right now, you get an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Lock down that rate and get in the game. 15 different locations in Jacksonville to serve you. Jeff?
15?
Thank you.
It's not my role.
Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information, especially first-time homeowners. But rate your favorite, what is your favorite Jacksonville sporting event minus the cocktail party and Jags home games? And I give you 4 choices.
Okay.
Of which you've been a big part of. The River Run.
Just did it. Just did it, gang. 13-minute pace. That's right.
Now, how are you feeling now, just since we last talked?
Yeah, I'm fine now. I banged. The legs were sore for about 4 or 5 days. I banged my back up. Probably had some swelling down in the disc. That's kind of gone now. My back now is just normal, back issues.
The Tax Slayer Gator Bowl.
Okay.
The players or Florida State baseball, which has become a staple in our city. This
should be a runaway though.
Should?
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, because one of them gets hundreds of thousands of city residents or area residents to come to it every year.
Okay.
Hundreds of thousands. And the others, now part of it's just the way they're set up. They're one and doneers.
Yeah.
So I would say the players.
Well, you're right.
Yeah.
It is a runaway.
And it's a bigger marquee event than any of the others. So it has a lot going for it.
77%.
Yeah, okay.
Florida State 8.7, River Run 8, Tax Slayer Gator Bowl 5.6.
I will say this. After being absent from the River Run for over 20 years in between appearances, I wish I liked to run, Dan. That was a funner day than I remember it being.
I wonder if it's one of the longer in history absences in River Run history.
Probably not. But the last one I ran was, we were over there still at 1460.
Uh-huh.
Remember, I just did it the next day. Then that's the last one. I had to be mid 2005 at the latest. So probably 20 years. What a dodo.
Yeah. But anyway.
I'm pretty sure the coach at Bartram played with the boys growing up.
Coach at Bartram?
Yeah. The baseball coach at Bartram.
Okay.
I don't know where that came from, just spitting random thoughts. But like same age as my boys, played, all-star baseball and stuff growing up with him. Maybe it's his brother.
Anyway, yeah, it was a
no, it must be his brother because that kid's name. Never mind.
It was a great win for FSU, and listen, and they celebrated like they should. I felt a little too much. I had to remind many of them that they're 2-10. We're in the Sweet 16, and we beat you in Tallahassee. Just to keep it real.
I got you.
It's just every now and then,
just to humble him.
Well, I got enough coming.
Yeah, he's not. Dan's not going to just sit there and meekly take it and walk out. He gets
He's not going to be a gentleman about it.
He gets full of urine and vinegar real quick.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, the eyes flash.
Right. You won a baseball game. Congratulations.
He's all red.
Yes.
Look for the poll in the morning, and I'll let you know how many people really care. Move along.
All right, so we got to stay on schedule today because we have a busy day. We
do?
have the Lockalaw High Score Report, talking to a couple of the Trinity kids.
Baseball?
Johnny Murphy's baseball club.
Okay.
We've got Murphy Power Hour. We got to do our picks. We got to get that in.
Yeah, Major League Baseball season starts tomorrow.
While the Dodgers are the overwhelming pick to win it all, but I do feel like the divisions are very competitive. It's hard to pick a division and tell me who's going to win it. And there's some different names, and so it's kind of cool in that respect, I think, when I was looking at it.
I've done very limited quote unquote research. The overpowering for me is the Diamondbacks. Okay. Like there's always a team that, because you're not paying attention to much more than the brand names in your own that have. But I will offer, and we'll do it with Murph in the Power Hour. I would offer one, hold on a second to the Diamondbacks love.
Okay.
But we'll tie that together later.
It's all coming up right here. We got trivia next on The Drill.
Get smart, John. It's a Beatrice Plumbing Wednesday.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
It's a feeling.
Do you feel it?
A buzz.
I feel it. I feel it as strongly as I've ever felt anything in my life.
A vibe.
I can feel it. I can feel it like it's right.
1010XL. Sports talk for the First Coast.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Garber Auto Mall is home of the lifetime warranty. Every new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevy, Buick, GMC, and Ford comes with a lifetime warranty. At Garber Auto Mall, your purchase is covered for life. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Hey, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, you have children, of course you want to take care of your family. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. Matt's the attorney, I'm not, but we both want to know if you've done your last will now. You're going to roll your eyes and, but listen, you work hard for your money. You should decide where your money goes if something, God forbid, were to happen to you. And by the way, planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes. And by the way, it's good to get it done and not have to worry about it. Matt Hinson's your guy. He'll listen. He'll help you with your decisions. He gives you all the information, so it makes your choices easy. It's the Hinson Law Firm. Real simple. You got questions? Just call Matt. He'll take care of you. 527-1700, 904-527-1700. The offices are in Jacksonville, Florida. Gang, don't let the state decide your fate.
If you've been in an auto accident, you can count on the experts at San Jose Collision to return your vehicle to pre-accident conditions. San Jose Collision can also provide a fresh paint job to freshen up your vehicle or completely change its appearance. They can paint and repair all foreign and domestic cars and trucks. When quality and professionalism are important to you, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Buying a diamond, wedding band, or piece of fashion jewelry in Jacksonville? You have two choices. You can go to locally owned Beard's Diamonds, or you can go to one of those mega national chain jewelry stores. The national chains are pretty much all the same. In fact, did you know that some of them are owned by the same conglomerate? Yes, the same Wall Street company owns all the big names. So if you're looking for extreme value with genuine personal attention, come experience the Beard's Diamond difference. At Beard's, our diamonds come straight from the source. We hand select each one for maximum brilliance. We don't have to apply corporate markups and tack on salespeople commissions, so we beat the chains on price every single day. Beards has the strongest warranties, not gotcha clauses in fine print. Beards has all the top designers, including Tacori and Viraggio. Beards doesn't have out-of-state regional managers calling about sales quotas. We are all local, family-owned, with total freedom to do what's right for our customers. Beards Diamonds, all the selection, quality, value, and service you want from local people, accountable only to you. Beards in the St. John's Town Center.
For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 4-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now make over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost for the books and the course fees, about $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org, and you can apply there.
Apply by May 15th.
Give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish. And he's listening to the Nimnicht Outdoor Show with tips and stories. Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning. Every Saturday morning, 7 to 10. On 1010XL.
Baloo here for Smoonez Vision. Why Smoonez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smoonez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smoonez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smoonez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmoonezVision.com today. Here you can see.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lot bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Open early and open late. Dailies is always there, making things easy for you to cruise in and cruise out. So hit Dailies Cold Case the next time you're craving a cold one. Bud Light by the case, plus plenty of singles to choose from. Corona to the King of Beers to Stella or a Natty. They're all cold at Dailies.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, buddy, you look worried.
Worried? I'm apoplectic!
You're apo what now?
I'm freaking out, Jason. Stupid water heater crapped out, so I haven't showered since Thursday. I start smelling a little funky, blow my big corporate job interview tomorrow. I'll end up settling for some dead-end career selling spatulas on the internet.
Dude, stay cool.
There's nothing cool about a cold shower, Jason. I mean, I know how that sounds, but...
Bueller Air and Plumbing can get a new water heater installed today. The day you call. You could be smelling fresh again by dinner time.
Wait, you can do that?
Put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Is that cooler?
Oh, yeah.
Well, life moves pretty fast. If you spend much more time smelling like this, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, Get Smart John.
Missed it by that much.
On 1010XL.
You know him, you love him. He's bald, he's beautiful. He looks so and smells so good.
Oh, if it was smell-o-vision, he'd be a big star.
Get Smart John, TriviaNation.com. Zone Johnny!
Hello, Googans. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Googan.
First out of the gate, I do have a shout-out.
Of course you do.
To Hall of Famer 81, and he knows who he is. By the way, HOF 81 may have bowled 2 perfect games in bowling.
Oh.
Wow.
Yes.
Art Monk? Who are we talking about?
No, bowling.
Who's 81? Who is HOF 81? What in the world are you talking about? No one knows what you're talking about. I don't, for sure.
Because E was supposed to have been here this morning. But I still said I would give him a shout out. So I had to do that.
Okay.
And last week you guys were addressing particularly things like sports sayings and speaking incorrectly. So I have the one that tops everything, and it really has changed our lexicon completely.
All right.
And that is that we use this word incorrectly all the time, and I'm guilty of it too. We use the word I feel when we should be saying I think.
Okay. Good one. Good one.
Okay. And again, we're all guilty of it. So that was my contribution for the day.
I hate the word and physicality because it wasn't a word, and then they made it a word because somebody said the physicality instead of just saying being physical. So anyway,
that's true. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Again, I guess it's evolution, whatever you want to call it. So
you say you want an evolution. Oh, all right, let's play.
Okay. We're going to get started with same word.
Same word.
Yes.
Gotcha.
What word can refer to a burial place as a noun or something significantly serious as an adjective?
A burial place, not plot. No, it's not.
That's the problem. The plot came immediately into my head.
As a noun.
Yeah.
Or
Grave.
something
It's grave.
significantly
The answer is grave.
Yeah, grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's plot. Wait a minute. I'm waiting for him to give me the second part, and I was like, that's not a plot.
Yeah, I'm trying to make plot fit there for a minute.
Yes. Toys.
Toys.
Yes. What electronic robotic toy resembling a hamster or owl-like creature was the best-selling toy of 1998?
I believe they called that a gear phone.
I know what it is.
What is it now?
I can see it.
Do you wind
Would
up
you like
a
me to read
Furby?
it?
A Furby. Furby.
Isn't it?
It is a Furby.
Yeah.
I am smart. It's Martin.
Yeah.
To me, Furby was always kind of creepy looking.
Yeah, I don't. I just remember the term. I couldn't even tell you what they look like.
Yeah.
Little M&M looking things with fur on them.
Pretty much.
Kind of, yeah.
But remember, each Christmas there was some hot toy. The one that really sticks out with me, probably because my daughter loved it at the time, was remember the Tickle Me Elmo?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
We once did Tickle Me Yurko on the Monday Night Show.
One of the best pre-skits ever. Poked him in the belly, and he giggled like Elmo. It was fantastic. We used to do good stuff back in the day.
Yurko was hilarious. I remember him at the the Jaspers.
We were lucky. We missed all those trendy things. I don't know, like Cabbage Patch dolls. I mean, those were big there. We missed them all.
Mood Rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Science.
What is the term for an animal that eats both plants and other animals?
He's a pervert, is what he is.
Omnivore or whatever.
Omnivorous is what he is. He's an omnivore.
Yes.
It's science.
Being all shunned, to
ever
push,
present.
to shove.
Yeah, okay. So I had several Googans come up to me last night and said, you have to ask the boys this, but you have to ask them this way.
Okay.
So the category is sports.
Sports?
Okay, yes. And let me preface by saying, again, don't shoot the messenger, but I had to deliver this. It's not the Mets and it's not the Braves. The New York Yankees claim the most World Series titles, but which team comes in a distant second with 11?
It was the Cardinals forever.
Cardinals or Dodgers now?
It might be the Dodgers now because they've just won another one. I think those last two may have. But do you remember a story on the? I think it's the. I think it might be a trick question and still be the Cardinals. Do you remember?
It is the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were giving the answer.
Yeah. I was going to go Cardinals. I was not. Because, here's why. Because the Dodgers have won 2 in the last 5 years, and it would have been trumpeted at some point that they became the second most all time. Yeah. It would have been last year the Dodgers, Yankee, number 1 and 2 all time, and I don't remember any of those stories. So
that's fair.
And I did know Cardinals.
The Dodgers are still back. They're at 8.
Thankfully, we had some Cardinal fallback there. Like I've known for a long time that the Cardinals have 11, right? Is that what it is?
Yes.
What do the Braves have now? 4, 5, 4?
You would know better than me.
Atlanta
14,
has 2.
14, 57, 95, and 20.
We're the only one maybe to have them in 3 cities, 3 major cities: Boston, Milwaukee, Atlanta.
You know, I was talking to some younger Googans last night talking about the Cardinals. I said, yeah, one time you had both the baseball and football team were the same name. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. I said, the Arizona Cardinals started in St. Louis. Well, actually, I guess they started in Chicago. Right. But they were there for quite some time.
Yeah. They were the St. Louis Cardinals when I was growing up.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I always thought, even as a kid, they had a classic boring uniform. I like their helmet when I was a kid.
And who's the quarterback you
Jim
always
Hart.
associated?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Nice extra credit there. Okay, state capitals.
Mm-hmm.
I like this one. Alphabetically, what U.S. state capital city comes last?
Okay, so is there a W, a Y? There's no X. There's no Z.
I would say QRST. Let's do this. I'm just gonna U. There's not gonna be U V W. It's probably.
We're gonna have to work on this one for a second.
There might be.
That's okay.
Saying QRST is probably T. So we got
T?
Tallahassee.
Tallahassee.
But that's TA.
UV. What if Vermont is no
Montpelier. There's. I can't get it. I can't find a W.
S is before T.
Yeah. There's no U, right?
There's no U.
V.
Might be Tallahassee.
Is there no?
Is there a W or a V?
There's not. No.
There's no Y.
Yeah. I think let's go Tallahassee.
Go Tallahassee.
That's a great guess. Trenton, New Jersey.
Oh.
Yeah.
I almost went Trenton.
You know what?
I
think you guys would have gotten that with maybe a little more time. Honestly,
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. We'll take an L, but that's fine.
Movies. With the majority of the lines recorded by Chris Farley before his death, Mike Myers was hired to re-record the lines for the title character from what 2001 animated film?
Shrek.
Yes, I never knew that.
I didn't either.
That Farley was, that was when I was doing this last night. I was like, well, really? That's interesting.
Thank you, RJ.
Yes. Special shout out to RJ. He did it at the last second, was able to do the audio clue, so I appreciate that. Yes.
Top notch.
Yes. Top notch. Movie plots.
Even better.
A young girl becomes possessed by a malevolent entity. In what movie that was the first horror movie to be nominated for the Best Picture at the Academy Awards?
Exorcist.
Yeah.
Yes. And just for extra, I gave him this opportunity for a bonus point. Can you give me, I'll give you within two, what year release for this
It
movie?
was scary. It was. I didn't want to watch it, so I'm going to say in the 70s. Maybe a little earlier.
Maybe 76.
Something like that. 74.
Maybe even earlier, yeah. 70, yeah.
75.
That's a good guess. 70, 73.
73.
Yes.
Wrong, sir. Wrong.
No, within two. Within two. Within two.
Settle down.
Right. I said that, yes. Speaking of that, Jaws, 50 years. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh,
Can
my
you believe an 8-year-old went to the theater?
I
and saw
know.
that?
I know.
Other news.
It scarred you for life,
I
didn't
love
it?
you, Holmes and Nance. That's poor parenting.
Yeah, it is.
You're not by
You know
the
what?
ocean.
You know what's? I don't
But
know.
we're moving to Puerto Rico.
You know what's either interesting or scary about that? I recall no negative effects from seeing that movie.
Well, that's good.
Like, it didn't scare the crap out of me. I didn't have nightmares. I lived in Middle Tennessee. Sharks were like, they may as well have been like a dragon to me. Right? It was like a fake thing. Yeah.
Yes. But those of like, I was 14.
I
and I'll
would have
tell
thought, like, in my mind, if you asked me when it was, I would have said, oh, it was 1980, because I would have figured I was like, like early teens, but no.
Sure. But you never, especially if you lived on the coast anywhere, you never went into the ocean the same after that movie.
Trust me.
For sure. Sure.
Yeah. Put my wife in that category.
I was in it too.
Doesn't want to go. Still to this day, she won't take a bath more than ankle deep, for Pete's sake. If you're a shark, will get her.
Oh.
History.
What major land acquisition doubled the size of the United States in 1803?
That was the Louisiana Purchase.
Yeah.
Check out the big brain on Brad.
Hey.
It's been a while since you used that one. Okay. Speaking of audio clues, RJ, if you would, please. Let it marinate.
Okay.
I should have known.
Suicide is the answer. Suicide.
I'd leave
definitely top of the suicide track. That
is correct.
The Hot 100. Yeah. Grab that toaster and hop in the bathtub. Somebody got paid to do this, huh? This song, put it out there. For
this might even win an Academy Award.
Oh, is this a James Bond movie?
Yes.
Are we supposed to know who sings it?
Yes.
Is it Lady Gaga, Hick? That's what it sounds like to me.
Might be.
But I don't.
It's not that Enya lady, is it?
I'm not a movie. Oh, is it that guy, Kesha? What's her name? Yeah, I have dude. I don't know music at all.
I should have you fast forward that if you can, RJ, up a little bit to get to kind of the crescendo part of it. I forgot.
Because it sounds like Miley a little bit too. Could it be Miley Cyrus?
What about that? Who won an Academy Award is her hair changes color. Billie Eilish. Did she do a Bond song?
That's another. That also sounds kind of like her, I think. Let's go with Billie Eilish.
Yes.
Wow. Good.
That was easy.
Yeah, well, I was hoping. I'm sorry, I forgot that
Those are
the
all
opening
similar
so long
people to
like
me.
that. Yes. Yes.
I mean, we do have some time structure here, John.
Yes. I'm impressed that you got it. I like the way that you
take a listen to this 8-minute track and let me know.
I know. Oh,
I'm
God.
as free as a bird now.
Dan,
yes, sir.
Many of the, mostly Guggenellas said this, that you should have gotten the Bob Newhart show.
Oh, I know. 100%.
Yeah.
I blanked. I'm still angry.
I agree with that.
That's fair.
I've spent the week thinking about that.
Thank you.
Technology. What company introduced the first handheld mobile phone in 1973, revolutionizing personal communication?
1973?
Why do I feel like it's
IBM?
Why do I feel like it's Motorola? Like, weren't those the first phones, Motorola's, or no?
Might be Motorola.
Is that a company?
Yeah.
Let's go Motorola.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, nice guess.
You mean, why do you think it's Motorola?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Oh, I
yes.
see what you're saying. No, I had a feeling in my loins.
No, I know what you're saying, but you know what I mentioned at the
it's so funny. I thought when you gave that ridiculous monologue to start, I said, well, that's dumb. That never even comes up, and I couldn't even make it through the segment, and it has. So I got a little lesson there.
All right, Johnny, got time for a couple more.
Okay.
Literature.
What writer created the character Sherlock Holmes in 1887?
Yeah. I know this. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know who wrote.
I got
Holmes.
it. It's
you give me any kind of hint, and I'll knock it right over the park.
Sir Arthur.
Yeah.
Sir Arthur.
Conan Doyle.
Conan Doyle.
Conan Doyle. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Very good. Okay.
That is correct.
Geography.
Don't know much about geography.
And again, several of them, they were kind of hating on Jeff last night. They said, "Yeah, make sure Jeff."
What do you mean hating on me?
Oh, wow.
Well, because they want you to kind of miss it, I think.
Do they question my superior status in Blue Question Land?
Yes.
They do.
They do.
Okay.
So
how'd they do on this? How'd they do on this one? I mean, I'm not a smart guy in a lot of things outside of sports. Heck, I pulled some doozies out on the Blue through the years.
I agree.
That's real. So you tell them they are they're 1 week out of Guggen Nation. They're on probation. I don't need that.
Well, there's quite a few.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, follow your freedom, you goons, just because you're not smart enough to get this question.
Wow.
And this was a late second-round question, so you know the difficulty tends to be.
Just give me,
okay.
Do the underarm and toss it over here to me.
All right. Okay.
Toss it up here. Daddy will hit it off the tee for the.
Okay.
Yeah,
although it only ranks 65th in population.
Sure.
What is the largest landlocked country in the world?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Largest
by area, you're saying.
Correct.
65th
landlocked country.
So
yes.
so that's a
65th in
population. But the largest landlocked country in the world.
This is where
this is a tough one. I absolutely agree.
Do you have the number? You have the number of people, or is that not? We're not allowed to have that.
I don't have it. I'm sorry.
All right, so I got to go landlocked, and I got to go. It's got to be. So first thing we got to think here, a relatively big. Why am I thinking like?
Is it something
like Chile? Like so big, but it's only got Santiago. But I don't know, man. I mean, who goes to Chile?
I didn't know Chile was landlocked.
Oh yeah, it's not landlocked. You're right. You got to be landlocked. Never mind.
Be like a 65th would be like. Is it like a
tiny?
Like a? Is there something? It's like desert. Is there some desert?
Yeah.
Like you know.
Well, yeah. Good luck telling me the landlocked, African nations.
Yeah.
I don't know which ones.
What about
are.
like? I'm an idiot.
I know.
Arab countries.
Right. I know. I feel you, but I don't. Yeah.
Just guess one. Guess a desolate.
65th.
Yeah, that's way down.
That's
man.
what I'm saying. It's way
Or is it
down.
a tiny little.
That's what I mean. But it's got to have a relatively big. It's got to be somewhere like. Got to think of a. Sorry, John. We're taking forever here.
Yeah. No, you're okay. I like the way your thought process. I really do.
Let's 65th. Gosh, it's got to have some size to it, Dan. Europe is all congested. I got to get out of Europe. I like the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
Let's go off to the desert. Let's go with like a big land mass of like. Let's go Syria.
Okay.
Not a bad guess, and you're kind of in there. It's Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
Never. That's what is that Russian? Kazakhstan?
You know what, Johnny?
Yeah, listen. Your guy, none of your guys got that. Either that or they're so.
I think it's time.
Yeah.
Get him out of
here. Yeah. Shame on you, Googans, for turning on us and our collective.
65th.
Yeah. Nobody.
Landlocked.
Literally, no one knows that. There are college geography professors who don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah. Learned people.
I only learned the top 60 populations, Dan. How am I supposed to know what 65 is?
This is the drill.
It's a Petros Plumbing Wednesday.
The drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. The action. The motion.
You see that acceleration?
Feel the active emotion of live play-by-play.
It's amazing how much energy
on 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here. Beat the spring cleaning rush with big savings party booking by calling our heroes at Zero Res. Man, I love Zero Res. I've used them countless times. I'll tell you why. Because they make your home look, smell, and feel better. It's like a fresh look. Sometimes it feels like it's a new house. Springtime is a great time for renewal. Get that winter buildup and lingering odors out of there. Take care of your air ducts. This month, get one room Zero Resified from Jacksonville's #1 carpet cleaner. $53. Yeah, starting at just $53. Take $100 off your air duct cleaning. Air ducts are like the lungs of your home, man. You owe it to yourself and your family to breathe healthy, happy, and clean. Call Zero Res right now. 287-5727. Or go online. Type it in. ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell me you want the 1010 special, the Hicken special, the XL special. You'll get one of them. Spell it backwards, spell it forward. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Hacker here, thinking I did something spectacular, dropping 123 pounds. But then Steve pops in and dropped a whopping 150 pounds with Awaken 180 weight loss.
I got started because I was sick and tired of just being sick and tired all the time. Wanted more from life, and I knew that at my size, I wasn't being who I could be, who I want to be for not only myself, but for my wife. And I was like, something has got to change, and it's got to start soon. I mean, the program is so easy. Everything is really written down for you on your first day. Having someone there to help you and also keep you accountable, just having that someone to talk to, and even the fact that Awaken 180 offers free maintenance for life is amazing because keeping the weight off is a lifetime commitment.
A lifetime commitment is what you'll receive with Awaken 180. 25 pounds like Dempsey, 40 pounds like Matt Hayes, or maybe it's over 100 pounds like Steve and me. Awaken 180 will get you there online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Lauren Brooks here for Terminix. When pests invade your home or business, you don't just need them out, you need them out fast. And you need to keep them out. At Terminix, they'll show up for you and eliminate pests quicker, just like they did at my house. because they care about what matters most to you. When pests show up, so does Terminix. Don't live with a pest problem, Terminix it. Visit Terminix.com today to schedule a free inspection online. That's TERMINIX.com. That's right, Terminix it.
Golf lovers, listen up. UF Health Jacksonville is bringing you an exciting day on the greens with their inaugural Golf Classic Friday, April 25th at Amelia River Club. It's your chance to tee up for a cause supporting Northeast Florida's premier academic health center while enjoying a top-notch golf experience. Sponsorships are available. Whether you're looking to showcase your brand or just play a great round of golf for a great cause, now's the time to get involved. Visit ufhealthjacks.org/golf to learn more.
Get ready for an unforgettable night of classic rock with legendary vocalist Jeff Tate. Known for his iconic work with Queensryche, Jeff Tate brings his unforgettable sound to the Florida Theater for one night only.
Round-trip journey in your head.
Witness the hit album Operation Mindcrime, performed in its entirety for the final time. Jeff Tate, Operation Mindcrime, April 3rd at Florida Theater. Tickets at floridatheater.com.
Get more Gators on the Gator Bites podcast presented by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists with new episodes every Friday. Subscribe and listen by searching for 1010XL's Gator Bites podcast wherever you find podcasts and at 1010XL.com.
AA Automotive helps keep your vehicle in dependable and safe condition. Call Sam, Harry, or Joe, and they'll check your brakes, tires, fluids, electric, and motor, so your ride runs smooth on the road. That's AA Automotive on Richard Street.
Slacker plumbing.
Yeah, hey, listen, I need a plumber over here right now.
Yeah, well, we don't have any openings for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yep.
I was just changing the shower head and the water line broke and it's flying everywhere.
All right, 1 week.
What if I throw you an extra $100 to come now?
What's the address?
It's 205.
Oh, I guess he changed his mind.
If you've got a leak that can't wait a week, call Roland Reese Plumbing and fix your plumbing problems fast. PlumbingJacksonville.com.
Hey, poker fans, the stakes are high this month as Best Bet dishes out over $550,000 between Jacksonville, Orange Park, and the St. Augustine Poker Rooms. Feeling lucky? How about $300 every 15 minutes at the table games, or cash in on the $20,000 race to a race, or every Friday, $1,000 every 30 minutes. And go for the green on St. Patrick's Day, where a Royal Flushing Clubs wins up to $5,000. See all the details at bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I saw a free agency signing yesterday that left me scratching my head, and that is Stephon Diggs, New England. I don't get that one at all. That's a lot of money, man. I don't think that guy's got anything left. I don't think he catches.
Were you surprised that he was as high in the receiving ranks as he was when he got hurt? That surprised me. He was fifth in catches.
Yeah.
He was almost 1,000 yards already, 8 games in.
Man.
So he was having a better year than I recalled him having.
47 for 496.
I mean, on pace for 1,000.
Oh, yeah.
He only played 8 games.
Yeah.
So he's on pace for, not a terrible year, I'm saying. I thought that's not all pro. And look, he's not going to beat Jefferson Chase. He was at one time. He's not anymore.
No.
I wonder where the 23 ranks.
I don't, and he's no, I don't.
Where does the 23 rank?
The what?
Among receivers, I wonder.
23 what?
$23 million a year. Where does that rank among receivers? That's what he got. $23 million a year. And again, by the way,
he won't get.
I know it's whatever the guarantee, but I can't choose to do that on everything. Okay. Or the media, the league writers need to start just reporting contracts that way, right? Mm-hmm. If it really essentially is 2 years, $20 million, then say 2 years, 20. The athlete's like the ego of it, some big number attached to it at the end, I would assume.
Yeah. It was a weird day in the NFL. I'm trying to make hide or hair of that, and then Russell Wilson to the Giants. Okay, but that's
not a good trickle down situation for us on draft night, because it takes Shedeur Sanders at number 3 to the Giants out of play now.
Does it?
Well, you just signed not just Russell Wilson, but Jameis Winston, and now you're going to use the 5 pick on that position?
Three pick.
That's what I mean. 3 pick, a top 5 pick. You use the 3 pick on a quarterback when you
Probably not.
It tells me they don't like Shedeur Sanders there.
Yeah.
And they're either going to take another prospect this year or address it down the line. But I got news for you.
Yeah.
They're going to be they're going to be Daniel Jones bad with Russell Wilson at quarterback. He's no good anymore.
Yeah, he's weird. I mean, it's a weird. That's weird, but but if you're the Giants, you got to be thinking, okay, well, next year the quarterbacks are better. Let's see what happens. But you got to win. But truth be told, the Giants probably better off losing this year and getting Arch Manning.
Well, and maybe it's a 1 year and just get better at go get Travis Hunter at 3.
Go get another baller, man. Go get another baller. But it was definitely a head scratching move to me. So, and then I guess, does it mean Aaron Rodgers is going to Pittsburgh or what?
You think Aaron Rodgers is still trying to hold out on the hope that the Vikings may give him a call?
I don't think so. The Vikings kind of said they're not interested, right?
It's interesting, though. I want to circle back real quick, though, to the Diggs signing. Mm-hmm. And it is interesting how two franchises playing under the same terms, of the same goals, have more opposite approaches to this offseason. The Patriots and Jags, same team, awful 4-win teams.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And the Patriots this offseason said, we're going to go get better right now with proven veteran players, the kind of signings that you wanted to see at least one of.
Just one.
They got Milton Williams, who built his reputation more.
I didn't
but nonetheless, he was ranked as one of the tops.
Landry.
They got Harold Landry. Mm-hmm. They got Carlton Davis.
Yeah.
The corner.
I would have taken him.
Yeah. They
spent a lot of money.
Caleb on Chason, who I'm not saying is a big move. That's more in line with what the Jags signed. But Williams, Landry, and Davis, those are 3. And now, point being, now you're adding Stephon Diggs to that. They're not afraid to go for some older. But Diggs is fascinating to me. How does he respond? What role does he play? I will say this. I think if you're a Patriot fan, you applaud the move of getting Diggs. I don't care how much it costs me. Our receiving core is terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it had nothing, Dan.
Yeah.
With all due respect to Demario Douglas, who we'll root for as a local kid, and he can make plays, but I'm just talking about him. If you looked at their roster at receiver, it makes the Jags look like a Hall of Fame, Mount Rushmore group.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but more than anything, it's just here are 2 teams with the same terrible records, 4-13 a year ago, that have each went and got new head coaches, and each without a lot of talent, by the way.
Right.
It's not like the Patriots were closer than us, so they're going to add these big, splashy names to get them over the top.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the route we'll see which works. We'll see who does better. I mean, we have plenty of kind of comparison markers to look at, right? Obviously, the Bears is one that you've been harping on for a long time.
Yeah, yeah. But it's just an interesting, and it does make you wonder. Giants have a lot of needs, and now they have so it may take one of the quarterbacks out of the top 5, which would thusly put us in a.
Or maybe it's you get to a point where it's just assumed that the Browns will be taking Shedeur. I mean, if he can go 3 and go 2,
there you go.
Right? I mean, they need a quarterback as much as anybody else. They've done nothing at the position so
far.
That would
be good. I'd like that.
So I do think for the Jags, and for us as fans, the field of vision closed up a little bit with Russell Wilson signing with the Giants yesterday, or at least it feels that way. Maybe not. Maybe the expectation is still 2 quarterbacks in the top 5. But if there's only 1 quarterback in the top 5, we could be suddenly sitting there. You know how when you have a fantasy draft and you've just got your eyes on a guy number 5 and you're sure you're going to get him, he probably won't go till 7 or 8. And then the 1, 2, 3, 4 goes and suddenly he's gone and everybody else, and you're like, what in the world just happened? Who am I taking now? In a world where Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, Mason Graham, Travis Hunter are 1 through 4, where are you going 5?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Who's gone?
The Cam Ward, Abdul Carter,
Abdul the Butcher,
Travis Hunter.
Oh no,
Mason Graham,
all gone.
1 to 4. Now what?
Let them know we're open for business.
Yeah, right. Somebody want a quarterback? I don't know. I mean,
probably.
If you stay, where do you go?
I probably would go.
You can't really get mad at any of the picks.
I probably would go McMillan.
Let's ride.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
A lot would. I'm getting scared off by this in McMillan.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, you know, I didn't watch a ton of Big 12 football. I certainly didn't watch any Arizona football. I've not seen Ted McMillan play a football game. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to act like I have. I've seen the highlights. But his name didn't really. Did you remember Ted McMillan's name before the draft process?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
So it did jump out from Saturday to
He had
Saturday.
some big
games.
monster stat games.
Yeah. I got you.
I think.
I don't think I don't think they'll go receiver 5 in their first draft, but they might. And I'm not going to hate on any pick. There's a couple that I would like. I don't think you can afford to take Genty there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just don't. There's too many other needs, and I don't love Will Campbell. I don't know why, and it may be unfair. If he's an All-Pro, though, get him.
I think that Travis Hunter said during an interview, I believe that was with Mike Florio, that pause on this one, the freakiest athlete that he went head-to-head against was that of Ted McMillan.
Yeah.
There we go. There is one team in the Sweet 16 that has 5 homegrown starters. Do you know what team that is? One team in the Sweet 16 that has 5 starters that they recruited and signed.
Mm-hmm.
And
let me just,
that's fine.
Yeah, I'm going to look at the teams that are there. I know I can tell you, it's definitely not Arkansas.
No.
It's not Texas Tech.
No.
It's not Ole Miss. I don't think it's all. You know who I think it is?
Who?
Like my first guess would be Kevin Willard at Maryland.
It's a good guess.
So that's not it because they got that crab 5.
They only have 2.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard to find. All right, let me keep going. Is it Duke?
Duke has 1 from Tulane.
Starter? These are starters or rosters? Okay, starters. Oh, I bet you it's Izzo.
Izzo has 4.
4 transfers?
No, 4 starters from Michigan State, which is cool, but
I know Sampson has Cryer.
Most of them are dotted with Gators have 1.
Purdue?
Yeah. Purdue. Houston has 3, surprisingly.
Yeah, I would have thought that they
Tennessee has 2, but they have 1 starter at Arkansas, and then they have 1 starter, I don't know which, maybe Alabama. I don't know which program this is because I have logos. It has every Sweet 16 starting 5. And it's amazing how it's – and this is what the portal has given us, okay?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
it's a new
Florida
game, and Golden appears to be good at the portal game.
Think about Florida. They got Iona, FAU, Belmont.
Yeah, they're hitting
Florida,
the lower level.
And Washington State.
Yeah, they're not hitting that big. They're not going and getting Caleb Love. They're not going and getting the guy who's –
Brigham Young has 3. Houston has 3.
Transfers.
3 homegrowns. Purdue has 5. Michigan State has 4. It's kind of fascinating. Duke has 4.
Did you happen to hear Tom Izzo go off on the whole process? And they're right. And this is what annoys you. This is what's so annoying about the college sports management.
Yes.
This just happened in football. This backlash. Does no one have the foresight to say, oh, my God, I see we've got basketball set up the same way. We're going to open the portal at the Sweet 16, just like they opened the portal in college football, like at Conference Championship weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Does no one see, oh, wait, let's push that back. Let's open the portal after the Final Four.
Yeah.
But what kind of dummy can't even see that? They're just a bunch. I think they're now almost sabotaging. All right, you guys wanted this lawlessness. Go ahead. I do. I feel like the NCAA just sits on their hands and lets it run amok.
North Carolina is represented with 2 different starters. 2 different teams.
Well, I mean, if you look at Florida next year and go ahead and tell you, it'll be the same deal.
Oh, yeah.
Although, no, next year you're going to have – you're starting again, we're a long way from there, thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be Chinyalu, Condon, Houck, Aberdeen. So you have 3 with Aberdeen, Houck. And
that's true.
And some of these, like CI's kid is a player.
Yeah.
So he's got a couple of high school and he's got another couple of transfers that'll come in. I'm sure he'll just get his pick of the litter. He is just slaying it in the guards. Look at those guards.
Yeah.
Richard, Clayton, Martin, all transfer, all smaller level schools.
I will take a break. 8 o'clock hour coming up. We got the Lock and Law High School report. We have Murphy Power Hour, all still ahead right here on The Drill.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. Welcome to the jungle.
We are We're divorced or die, baby.
1010XL, home of the Jaguars.
Here's Linda Beaver.
It's a new year with new goals, but let's face it, not all resolutions are easy to keep. Maybe you promised yourself you'd eat healthier, but pizza still seems like a better idea. Or you said you'd read more, but your favorite show just launched a new season. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, we can help you keep your New Year's resolution. We offer the biggest selection, best prices, and the easiest car buying experience. Let's make a resolution to visit Beaver Toyota or Beaver Chevrolet, where we'll wow you with a new ride for the new year.
Jags fans, here's your chance to score a trip to Green Bay for round 1 of draft night. Through the Everbank Draft Night Experience Sweepstakes, one lucky winner and a guest will be there live and in person to see the Jaguars make their first pick. To enter, visit everbank.com/draft by April 4th. That's everbank.com/draft. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of the United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry period from 3/3/25 to 4/4/25. For official rules, prize description, odds of winning, and other details, visit everbank.com/draft. Sponsor and administrator, Everbank N.A.
Hey, gang, Hicken here from my friends at Beaches Dermatology. I love Beaches Dermatology. We've been talking about them a long time. I love them because they take good care of me, right? Doctors Boudreaux, Doctors Metz, Dr. Fader, if you need the Mohs surgery, are all there to help you. The staff is second to none. Over there on Solana Road, that's where I go. But there are other locations where there are a lot of professionals. They do a great job. So, and they want to remind you to wear your sunscreen, okay? Put that stuff on. Put on a floppy hat. Long sleeve dry fit. Protect yourself from the sun, okay? If something is to occur, though, you got to get it checked out. And the best way to do that is make an appointment. And how do you make an appointment? You go to beachesdermatology.com, beachesdermatology.com, and there are different locations. Find the location that best serves you, and you'll be great. Take care of yourself. Take care of your skin. Thanks to our friends at Beaches Dermatology.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my successful back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL's running game takes a giant step forward.
Well, Fred Taylor is the whole package.
Fred Taylor joins Dan and Jeff on the drill. Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein and Robbins and Monahan Jewelers.
One thing that separates Beard's Diamonds from those other jewelry stores at the town center, no one's paid on commission.
Nobody at Beard's is on commission. That's more of your corporate stores that pay commission.
Beard's owner, John Lupo, says that means no pressure, no hidden agenda, no extra markups.
And you're getting a better deal. You're not paying the corporate commission. You're not paying the salesperson's commission. But if they're paying their salespeople commission, you're starting off in a hole.
And that's why you feel like a number at most jewelry stores, because it's all about making the sale, but not at Beard's.
Because it's a corporate atmosphere and they want to sell you what they want to sell you. We're here to sell you what you want. Our salespeople can do whatever they want to make sure that the customer is happy.
So relax. At Beard's Diamonds, they have all the things you want, like quality education, selection, warranties, and none of the stuff you don't want, like pressure and tacked on commissions.
Nobody's making an extra 5 or 10% on Beard's customers.
Beard's Diamonds, the town center's only locally owned jeweler.
We sell better merchandise, better product for less money, guaranteed.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
The
2025 NFL season is right around the corner, and the Jags are building something special. A fresh team, a new culture, and a stadium that's going to change the game. Be there to witness head coach Liam Cohen and the rest of the coaching crew in action and secure your place in line for the stadium of the future with your 2025 season ticket membership. Visit Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We can't wait to see you at the bank this fall.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyoublow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
The First Tee Tour Card is back for 2025 and better than ever, with access to over 15 of North Florida's best courses and new this year, local participating businesses. This card is your ticket to saving hundreds. First Tee North Florida is a local nonprofit who build character in youth participants through the game of golf. This annual fundraiser enables this amazing organization the ability to build game changers. Grab your tour card for just $99 at tourcard.org for a list of participating partners, benefits, and restrictions.
Spring and summer are coming. Will your pool deck be ready? Don't Slip Deck Coatings of Jacksonville has you covered. Their multi-layered slip-resistant coatings come in a variety of colors, adding safety, durability, and style to your outdoor spaces. Plus, they offer slip-resistant solutions for inside your home, too. Long-lasting, affordable, and built to protect your family. Don't wait. Call today for a free quote, 904-466-1839. And follow Don't Slip Jacks on Facebook and Instagram.
I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. The number 1 seeded Florida men's basketball team takes on 4-seed Maryland tomorrow in the Sweet 16 round of the NCAA tournament. This is the first time since 2017 the Gators have reached round 3. Florida advanced after a nail-biting 2-point victory over two-time defending champion UConn Sunday. Walter Clayton Jr. led the way for the Gators with a game-high 23, scoring 13 of those in the final 8 minutes. Elijah Martin tossed in 18 and Will Richards scored 15 to snap their 5-game losing streak to the Huskies and lift the Gators to victory. The Terrapins advanced after defeating 12-seed Colorado State with a buzzer beater from Derek Queen. Florida is 2-2 all-time against Maryland, last facing the Terrapins in a 2-point loss in 2021. I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. It's 57 degrees at 8 o'clock. Time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. The plays on and off the field. Now get ready for the Lockett Law High School Report. Brought to you by Lockett Law. Know before you blow.
All right, time for a Lockett Law High School Report. Thanks to Lee Lockett. Know before you blow. Listen, in terms of high school baseball in this area, one team, I mean, with all due respect, stands out this year. And that's our friend Johnny Murphy's Trinity Christian squad. We got a couple guys in here hanging out with us. We got Aaron Watson, who is a right-handed, just looks like a pitcher. You look like a pitcher. You know, big, lanky kid. He's got a beautiful motion. I've seen him pitch. He's very talented. He's going to Virginia, maybe. He might get drafted, so we'll see. And Gage Patrutz, did I say it right, Gage? You guys reach in and talk to the mic, into the mic. Gage is going to Alabama. Aaron is going to Virginia, like I said, maybe. Tell me where... Aaron, we'll start with you. Tell me where other kids are going on your team. I mean, you guys are loaded this year. I know that.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you look around top to bottom, we have, I think, 3 Florida commits.
3 Florida commits.
Yeah, 2 LSU.
2 LSU.
We got Gage going to Alabama.
Gage going to Alabama.
Myself going to Virginia.
Virginia.
And then we have Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech.
UNF.
UNF.
Dyersburg State.
Dyersburg State, shout out.
And Flagler.
And Flagler.
Yes, sir. So, top to bottom, we're pretty stacked. We got a pretty good team over there.
We played when my son was a senior at Providence, we played a Final Four team, that Clearwater.
Christian.
Yeah.
Christian.
Yeah. And they had, Liam was there. He was pitching for Florida.
Peterson.
But they had same as you. They had Notre Dame, Pitt, Virginia, NC State, one JUCO guy. We had like 6 JUCO guys. But baseball, anything can happen, Gage. So that's why I sit here and say you guys should never lose. It's baseball. For one game, if you get a good pitcher, anything can happen, right? Yeah. I mean, tell me about your season so far, Gage.
Even if there's not even a good pitcher on the mound,
right?
Like, baseball's just a crazy sport. Anything,
yeah.
You said anything. Can
One
happen.
key hit, kid throws a great game. All of a sudden, you're like, oh, what happened?
You catch somebody on an off day,
yeah.
And literally anything can happen.
Yeah. So you are from New Jersey,
yes, sir.
But you're sadly a Phillies fan. And you're sitting between a Mets and a Braves fan right here. So, yeah.
Situation. Yeah.
How did you?
Uncomfortable now.
How did you? Let me ask you this, Gage. You're a young kid. What year are you?
26.
Okay. Last fall, did you cry when Lindor hit that grand slam home run?
Man.
And I was
got
jumping
a little
up and
upset.
down. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was watching it live and I saw it happen.
Lindor went yard.
Welcome to the spotlight.
City
We're
Field
coming to make you feel
exploded.
terrible.
Gage, what do you think?
4 of the 5 other home runs he hit that series.
Yes. We enjoyed that a great deal.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
We had fun with that. All right, Aaron. So tell me how the pitching, how has it progressed? I mean, you, like I said, you have a beautiful motion. It looks terrific. I know you're having a lot of success. You're committed to Virginia. When did you really start taking off as a pitcher?
I want to say probably around my sophomore year.
Okay.
That's kind of when I emerged from the shadows a little bit.
Yes.
I remember it was a preseason game actually against Providence.
Okay.
And I wasn't supposed to get many innings as a sophomore, and I came out, went 3 scoreless against you guys.
Yeah.
I kind of ran with it from there.
Yeah.
And just over the years maturing, not only physically but mentally on the mound. That's a big part of it.
Yeah.
And then just kind of, having 2 of the best pitching coaches in not only the state but definitely the country.
Good.
Repeating my mechanics, just getting everything as flawless as I can, and it's been able to work well.
Have you? It's a tough thing because obviously we all have the dream. You have a feasible dream of becoming a professional. You're going to be a professional baseball player one day, which is cool. You got to take care of your arm too, and yet, do you ever get the feeling that everybody all they really want to hear is velo, velo, velo? Like you got to learn to pitch.
Yeah.
And that sounds like that's something that you're trying to master right now immediately, which I like.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's been a problem in today's age is the only thing that matters are velo and spin rate.
Yes. Spin rate, that's a new one. Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, those are, if you want to be one of those guys, you're not really a pitcher, you're a thrower at that point.
Yes.
And I think what I've tried to learn this past year is kind of just pitching is an art, really.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Greg Maddux, a lot of like Paul Skeens, guys who really just know how to pitch.
Yeah, good.
And, I mean, it's worked out well. I mean, I've been able to generate a lot of outs recently and just been able to tunnel my pitches a lot better than I could last year. And I've just kind of realized it's more of an art.
Gage, what's it like being everybody wants to beat you? When you guys walk in, you're going to get every team's best shot. And you're in a loaded district, too. There's a lot of good, even just in the district, because what they've done, which I kind of like, is the private schools are all together this year. So, what's it like knowing that every night you play, and you play a great schedule, so you'll play whomever, whenever, however. I know how Murph works, but tell me about that. Like, tell me, you're going to get everybody's best shot, right?
Yeah. So far, we've been seeing some really good arms every game.
Yeah.
We're the team that everybody wants to attack.
Sure.
Everybody wants to beat, obviously, because if you look at rankings and stuff, not that that matters, but we're always up there. We're always up there with the top teams in the country, and seeing even like small schools that they just want to pitch and like they just want to beat you. Every game's like the World Series to them, and it's cool to see, but it's also it's pressuring.
Yeah,
when you see it, but really just relax and just play your game. And we always have that feeling that we're gonna win, which is a good feeling, but also you just can't get too big.
Aaron, do you feel like this is your guys' best shot to win a state championship? I know you've been close, and you're a senior, right? So this is your last go-round, and I know they changed the format a little bit from just one game where anything can happen. I think, were you a sophomore when you guys lost to Bowles?
Yes, sir.
The kid who went to Clemson?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Through
It was a sophomore year.
Yeah, through a great game. So tell me, But there are 2 of best of 3 playoff series now this year, which will allow the better team probably to advance. It'll give you a better chance, I think.
Yeah. I mean, like you just said, 2 out of 3, that's all it really takes. And if you look at our our pitching staff. I think we can compete with some of the best teams in the country in a 3-game series. So I think if we just stay to ourselves, it'll be a fun ride, and I think we should go a long way this year.
How important is it then for you guys, Gage, right now just to get healthy, heading into because we're where are we along? We're moving along here. You guys got about 4 or 5 games left, right?
We're about halfway.
Oh, only halfway? Okay. Because I know they moved the season up to give you guys time for these best of 3s. But all right, so you guys want to peak though in April, middle of April.
Yeah.
So tell me about
definitely trying to get there.
Getting healthy and how the guys are doing.
Just taking our time, not rushing into it, just trusting God in the process. And, a big key is getting Brady back, of course. He's one of the top hitters in the country.
Oh, that kid can hit.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah.
And it would be great to see him get back soon.
What year is he?
Junior.
Yeah, and they talk about him being a draft pick too as well.
Yeah.
How do you guys, like with all this talent and you guys are all so many D1 Power 5 schools, I mean, how do you guys handle that part of the success and still going out and playing the game of baseball?
Yeah, it was something I said at the very beginning of the year. It's a we over me mindset.
Good.
I think at the end of the day, we're a brotherhood first. And then, I mean, if you look at our talent, no one should be able to compete with us on a field.
Right.
So at the end of the day, we're just playing baseball. It's a game we've all played since we were kids.
I've always said that the cool thing about high school baseball is high school, you play for each other more so.
You grow up with each other.
Travel ball is kind of look at me. I mean, I'm not, but you're individually you want to shine. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Do you guys feel that way?
Yes, sir.
And certain guys enjoy both. Which do you enjoy more? Do you enjoy the high school aspect or do you enjoy the travel ball? Because travel ball is fun too.
I think definitely high school. Travel ball is very fun.
Yeah.
You play the 2 games a day. You have a bad game, but it doesn't matter. You play again in half an hour. You know what I mean? But high school, every game matters. And it's cool to be out there with all your friends, people you grow up with, and just see each other, just do good and root for each other.
How'd you decide on Alabama?
So I was previously committed to Maryland.
Okay.
And 3 of the coaches.
You want to come to the South, Jersey boy. You want to say, I'm going to play the best baseball in the country. That's in the SEC, my man.
And then,
except for last night over at the baseball grounds, but that's the end of the story.
3 of the coaches went to Alabama.
Yeah.
And I had a connection with them for a while.
Okay.
I was committed since 8th grade.
Okay.
So I just built that that long connection with them.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Man, Lodis is playing, huh?
Yeah, he's
what about
doing
that
really
kid?
Well. The whole family. The whole family's doing really well.
Yeah, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. All right, so let's wrap it up with this. You guys are going to be, again, the hunter, not the hunted, or the hunted, not the hunter, or whatever. Tell me about getting there and the ultimate goal of winning a state title.
Yeah, one thing that we've said in the locker room these past few days is our next 7 games, there's not a single easy win. I mean, every game's going to be a grind.
Yep.
Each team that we play is going to have to get our best, and we're going to get their best.
Mm-hmm.
So from here on out, it's kind of just tunnel vision towards the end. We're blocking out all other goals. I mean, it's game by game, win by win, and then if all things go according to plan, I mean, hopefully we'll be holding a trophy at in the middle of May.
Yeah.
This kid Prost throws 96.
Pretty good.
And it has
pretty quick.
Like I
pretty
said,
pacey.
a very, very,
very smooth.
Like pretty, smooth motion, great delivery, big, tall, lanky kid. He's going to do real well. Ultimately, you may get you'll get drafted. What's that process like? Do you learn as you go on this thing? Well, what's that situation been like for you this year?
I mean, it's been pretty wild.
Yeah.
Especially in the fall and kind of early in the spring, we had a lot of guys come to the house, like scouts, and we had some meetings like that. It was really cool. It's been kind of.
You got MLB scouts coming to your games.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty wild feeling. I mean, especially because if you would have told me this 2 years ago, I never would have believed you.
Right.
So I mean, just kind of seeing all the work that I've put in behind closed doors and believing in myself and kind of just doing all those things, and it's kind of worked in a really good way, and I think it's going to work out one way or another. I think I have a winning lottery ticket in both hands.
Yep.
So, I mean, whatever is supposed to happen will happen, and I truly believe that.
Good for you.
When does the quest for velocity end? Do you stop at 96? Do you take it as it normally progresses, or are you like a pro golfer and you're constantly in search of more swing speed, more ball speed, more spin rate?
I mean, I want to say it'll come when it comes.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I want to throw as hard as I possibly can. So,
You got a number in your head? I mean, is there a goal that you work toward? Your workouts are crafted that
Hundo.
way? Or,
Triple figs.
I think I'll hit 100 one day.
Like, yeah.
I think I'll hit 100 one day.
So Skeens is like the guy for all y'all at this stage, pretty much.
Yeah. He's impressive.
Based off now, you should be hitting 100 pretty soon.
Yeah. I think it'll come one day.
Maybe grow a little bigger. Oh, never mind.
Well, he's Aaron Watson.
Big kid.
And Gage Patrutes, and both are a big part of the Trinity Christian baseball program with our friend John Murphy over there.
I heard y'all reference travel. It sounds like a travel team already.
Oh,
When
God.
you're going to all these, right?
Yeah.
Kinda,
We all play for the same travel team.
yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, and the cool thing for these guys, schedule-wise, is you play everybody, and you got to go to some cool tournaments and stuff
Well,
like
and
that.
it's good competition here. There's a lot that helps feed a good program. Who are you all the team to beat? Do you believe in your class? Who is there a dog in the class that wins every year?
Yeah, I think it all runs through 800 Hammond Boulevard.
Okay,
yeah, that a baby.
Assuming that's the address. I don't
That's
have my
the
map
address.
west, but yeah, good.
West Side.
Nice. I like that.
Well, good luck,
Good
fellas.
for you.
Appreciate you guys stopping by.
Yes,
Aaron
sir.
Watson, Gage Patrutes, two young men, we got Alabama and Virginia, and let's make sure we get the Metropolitans.
Gabe,
there.
tomorrow about 3:05, you're dead to me, friend. So go Braves.
This is the drill. That's a Lockalaw High School report. We're back with more next.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Take Jacksonville with you.
There's no place like home.
Listen to 1010XL Away From Home.
Oh, but anyway, Toto, we're home. Home.
Download the 1010XL and XL 92.5 FM apps for free on Apple and Android devices.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Mia here, and let me tell you about one of our area's best resorts, the Sawgrass Marriott Golf Resort and Spa. The Sawgrass Marriott is not only a great destination for a vacation, but it is also a great destination for dining on the Florida's first coast. 1912 Ocean Bar and Rooftop is now open on Ponte Vedra Boulevard, featuring Ponte Vedra's only oceanfront rooftop bar and lounge. Serving finely crafted cocktails and delectable eats, it's open daily from 4 to 10 with complimentary valet parking.
Bueller, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hey, buddy, you look worried.
Worried? I'm apoplectic!
You're what now?
I'm freaking out, Jason. Stupid water heater crapped out, so I haven't showered since Thursday. I start smelling a little funky, blow my big corporate job interview tomorrow. I'll end up settling for some dead-end career selling spatulas on the internet.
Dude, stay cool.
There's nothing cool about a cold shower, Jason. I mean, I know how that sounds, but
Bueller Air and Plumbing can get a new water heater installed today. The day you call. You could be smelling fresh again by dinner time.
wait, you can do that?
Put on these sunglasses. Whoa. Is that cooler?
Oh, yeah.
Well, life moves pretty fast. If you spend much more time smelling like this, you could miss it.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
What could you do with an extra $75,000 right now, or even a couple $100,000? If you own a home, you can get that money in less than a week with Loan Pronto. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto is the leader in quickly converting your home equity into cold hard cash, so you can pay off all your credit cards or start that home remodel. Loan Pronto has several easy options to let you access the cash from your home. There's virtually no paperwork, no cumbersome process, no junk fees, often no appraisals. Listen, the average homeowner now has over $300,000 in equity. That's your money. Use it. One client got $150,000 out and paid off all their credit cards, 2 car loans, and a personal loan, cutting their monthly expenses by $1,500. You can get approved in as little as 1 day, so act now with no hard credit pull up front. LoanPronto.com or 904-999-1508. Get the money you need for anything at 904-999-1508 or just go to LoanPronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Hey folks, Hicken here for Zero Res. You're going to want to beat the spring cleaning rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. This month, get one room Zero Resified starting at $53. Hey, and take $100 off your air duct cleaning. Don't forget about your air ducts. Your air ducts, sort of like the lungs of your home. If they're dirty, your indoor air quality suffers. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell them Dan or 1010XL sent you. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res. When no names become household names. Listen for March moments all month long on 1010XL. Driven by Garber Auto Mall. We can wiggle it.
Yo, this is Tony from Tony D's. Are you looking for a great slice of pizza? Well, we have about 12 varieties. Most places won't have slices of pizza after lunch. At Tony D's, you can get a slice all day. It's always fresh at Tony D's Pizza. Bay Meadows and 295. E.T. here, and spring in Clay County means one thing, the award-winning Clay County Fair. It's more than just rides and a concert, it's an experience. Savor the flavors of classic fair treats, explore family-friendly attractions, and enjoy a perfect mix of small-town charm and big-time fun. Plan your trip with Explore Clay County Tourism and turn your visit into a getaway. Find the best places to stay, eat, and explore at exploreclay.com. And don't forget to share your fair adventures with #ExploreClay.
Join UF Health Jacksonville for their inaugural Golf Classic on Friday, April 25th at Amelia River Club. Sponsorships and foursomes are available. Visit ufhealthjacks.org/golf for details. See you on the course.
Every morning that you wake up in a pest-free home is a good morning. And with Florida Pest Control's Pest-Free 365 service, you can. It's more than just a pest control or preventative maintenance plan. It's Florida Pest Control's promise that we'll be there providing pest-free living for your family all year long. And right now, our initial pest service is just $99. To learn more about our Pest-Free 365 service and to schedule your $99 initial pest service, visit flapest.com today.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I should mention young Aaron and Gage. Good to have those guys in. Aaron Watson
That's a good-looking ball club there, buddy.
Oh, my gosh.
I've seen a lot of athletes come around.
You heard him tell you all the D1.
Yeah, I was listening. No, I heard you.
But anyway, there's also... you've heard me mention these kids before, but in the mock drafts that are starting, you see Aaron's name, and
he's a tall drink of water there. That's going in. He hadn't started filling out. He's already 96. Triple digit coming.
Oh yeah, and a good kid, sharp kid. But anyway, my point is, there's another kid like him who I see in the top 10 in some mock drafts from Jacksonville, Beach Rat.
Yeah. I think you
Tyson Witherspoon.
I think you brought him up once.
And
it's not on air then off.
He has a twin brother. He and Malachi are. We watched those kids grow up, and they're terrific ball players. And they are now at Oklahoma. They went JUCO, and then they went out to Oklahoma. And they're the Friday. Last I checked, they were. Well, Kyson's having a heck of a year. Malachi a little bit off, but I don't know if he's banged up right now. He might be banged up, but they were the Friday and Saturday starters for Oklahoma. So. Pretty impressive stuff. Baseball is so underrated in this area. People they don't understand how good it is here.
Well, how would you rate, switch over to the basketball side of things? You'll hear the Gators in the Sweet 16 on 10:10 a.m. tomorrow night. I believe it's a 7:40 tip.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a really good matchup, Dan. I think Florida could use a good matchup right now. UConn's an awful tough one. I thought UConn Gonzaga were by a mile the toughest 8-9 matchup for the 1 seeds.
Okay.
If you had one of those two teams, I mean, Gonzaga's been to the Sweet 16 like 13 or 14 years. UConn's won back-to-back. Those teams are tourney tested. They're going to battle you to the very end, and both did, down to basically one-possession games against the end. I think it'll serve Houston and Florida well for having played them. I think the Maryland matchup gives you a nice bounce-back opportunity. I just think it fits Florida perfectly. Maryland got away with kind of banging around and taking advantage of a couple of young big guys. They're not going to have that against Florida and that wave of, 6'9" and taller dudes that they send. The backcourt's huge advantage for Florida. I think I think maybe we get a game this Thursday where we can relax a little bit for the last half of the last half, and not have to grind and stress through, a 5-point game with 3 minutes to go. We'll see. I'm not saying I'm right.
Yeah.
I will say this. Mm-hmm. When you talk about the Florida Gators in the Sweet 16, you're talking about a pretty good doggone bet. If the Gators get this far, they're typically not done. You know how many Sweet 16 games in a row Florida has won?
How many?
8.
Oh, that's good.
8 Sweet 16 games in a row, and they are 9-2 overall in the Sweet 16 in their history.
I get a kick out of, and I'm dealing with this now. And I was at the baseball grounds last night, so talked to a lot of folks. How many people put money down on Florida to win the Natty back in November or back in October or in December, and they got great odds, and now, I got 50 on Florida to win. So I'm rooting for all y'all. I hope y'all get the dub. So, but yeah, there's a lot. It just shows me the prevalence even more so of gambling. And how
I said this earlier, Dan. You know how happy and relieved I am, and I know a lot of you like to sports bet. I hope you all do it within the reason, right? Mm-hmm. And so that it's recreation, and it's never a point where you find yourself in any sort of financial difficulty because you have frivolously wasted your money betting it on some proposition of 18 to 22-year-olds that you'll never meet. Whatever. I know it's fun. I get it. But I can't tell you how relieved, how glad, how free of the shackles of gambling I feel going into this. The fact that I don't have that extra stress level, that I don't need any extra juice here for this event. I can find plenty of interest in who Florida plays, who Florida might potentially play, therefore the matchups to watch coming out of it. Mm-hmm. Don't you feel big time? And I know the seeds are higher, so it should be that way, but don't you feel much more concerned as a Gator about Texas Tech, Arkansas winner than you do Maryland? Am I the only one on a ship here that's not worried about Maryland?
Well, you weren't worried about UConn. You weren't worried about Norfolk. You haven't been worried because you're confident they were going to make. But I can't go with you on these. I'll worry about each one as they come. Like I just want to get to the Elite Eight.
Me too. Yeah. Me too. I thought 100% wasn't worried about UConn. I thought they'd win. I got worried in the game.
Oh yeah. But going in, you had said there's no listen. We're Sweet 16. That's a given.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I did say that.
So.
Yeah,
I hope
you're right. And I think it might be the same thing tonight. There might be 11 minutes to go, and Maryland's up 2. But I think at the end of the day, there's not going to be any doubt that Florida won the game.
I hope so.
Or not tonight, tomorrow.
But yes, as you go, I get more worried. I would be more worried about Auburn or Michigan State.
Texas Tech is a bad matchup.
Why?
They can, first of all, they hit a lot of threes and can hit threes, but they bang inside. They got size. They run. They play similar. They can match you more athletes in depth than the other teams they faced, including UConn. That's why they're a bad matchup. They have the player of the year in their conference. They have a superstar. They have size. They have depth in the backcourt. They played through injury and still won. They come from a battle-tested conference like Florida. That being said, Arkansas might very well meet them, and Arkansas would be scary too. That's just what we need to be a part of Calipari's comeback.
Nobody has the size that we have.
The
Even
team
though you say they have size, they don't have size
like
that
us.
we have.
Right.
We have 4. We have legitimately, Handlockton, Condon, you might as well say 7 foot. He's 6'11". Hauk is not like they're
6'9".
Yeah, Chinyelu is
6'9".
One of the best bruisers in the. And
Chinyelu plays bigger than Handlockton and Condon.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah. There's more of that at Florida than any team in the. You can say the same thing about any matchup they have coming up. They have more size than Houston, Auburn, Tennessee, all of them.
Correct.
I don't want to be a part of some magical carpet ride for John Calipari banished from Kentucky and into the Final Four. I don't need to be a part of that narrative. I can see that happening.
I think the magic carpet ride ends for him on the next game.
I do too, but we'll see. And I'll tell you the team really that very quietly is the only team in the country playing as good as Florida.
Wouldn't you rather play Arkansas than Texas Tech? I would.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. I mean, Florida won at Arkansas this year. I think Florida in conference has got to be swinging a pretty big stick right now. They're probably feeling pretty confident. They whacked the entire league down the stretch.
If you get Arkansas and then Auburn and then give me Tennessee over
Sure.
Duke. I'd be glad. Or
Well,
Kentucky
look what they've
over
done.
Duke.
In their last marquee matchups against these teams, they've gone Auburn, Alabama, Tennessee, Alabama, bam, bam, boom, pow. Get
Yes,
out of here.
yes.
Y'all aren't in our league.
Yes.
Now, that doesn't mean that any or all those teams couldn't beat them in the next matchup.
By the way,
They
I
could.
found a place for mid-majors to thrive. It's called the NIT. Oklahoma State lost to North Texas last night. And I
Okay.
think in the other one, I think there was an upset
Well,
too,
that's
or a
good.
smaller school one.
The NCAA, they've taken a pass.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to go through them one by one because there's too many of them too. But at the end of the day, I want you to tell me the top three. The top three, the top three, and it can be for different reasons. In fact, I'm going to suspect of the 9 victories, or maybe you use the 11 total. 3, I don't know what to say, most memorable or most glorious Sweet 16 games for Florida.
Okay.
So I'll tell you what they are as we go down to remind you like which games are which.
How many are there?
We played 11 total. Won 9 Sweet 16
You want me to tell you
games.
which ones I remember the most?
Which ones were the sweetest,
Okay.
either the sweetest or the most memorable,
All right, I'm
okay?
ready.
Like, for instance, I think there are a couple of losses here that are going to threaten the top 3. One, Syracuse, because it was the first. That was Norm Sloan and Vernon Maxwell and Shinsis and Moten.
You
And
lost that.
Right.
Ronnie Cycling.
But as far as memorable I mean,
That was exciting.
it had a lead in the second
Yeah.
half. It looked like they
Sure.
were going to go into and it was the first tournament appearance for
Yeah,
Florida.
sure.
Ever. And so to go to the Sweet 16 there.
All right.
The Sweet 16 game against that led ultimately to the first Final Four against UConn. The one down in Miami.
Danielle Marshall.
Yeah, we talked about the
Kruger.
missed free throws.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That was a 2 seed. This is another loss that really maintains Casey Calvary over the back. Gonzaga beats the Gators by a point. That's when Billy first got him going because they went back to the Final Four. This one for me, part because I was there, is the next year, 2000, the Sweet 16, they beat Duke.
Oh, yeah.
Duke was the number 1 seed. It was in Syracuse.
Yeah.
And we beat them too, boy.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that team was like this one, really deep.
Yeah.
A lot of guys could beat you, and a lot of guys beat Duke that
What was
night.
the kid with Casey Calvary who made all the baskets?
Yeah.
Jordan, 23.
Yeah,
I
I
know
don't.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do, but I'm not like. There's just been so many names that have crossed through this brain since then.
Oh yeah.
All right, back to the Sweets. Then they 2000, and then they were one and done for a while. Remember, or a couple and done. They didn't go back to the Sweet 16 until 2006. They beat Georgetown, somewhat memorable. That was the first of 2 straight titles, but it didn't stand out that much, does it? Corey Brewer had an and 1 late in that game. Georgetown was in that game.
That was a tight game.
Jeff Green, I think, had a travel, like a controversial travel on a late drive to the hoop that hurt. The next year, Sweet 16, I don't remember this game. This is the march to the second straight title, and they played and beat Butler in the Sweet 16.
Richie Fromm had a good game for Gonzaga that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he went on to coach, maybe.
Anyway, which one you got? The Butler game?
In the repeat year,
Yeah.
Butler, Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Very unmemorable.
Oh.
I don't remember that
Okay.
one. Then we got Sweet 16. They beat BYU.
Was that in St. Louis? I think I was at that.
I don't know. It doesn't give me
Oregon,
the site.
Butler? Was that who we
Yeah, Butler and then Oregon.
Yeah. Yeah, I was at that.
Beat BYU and Jimmer. And then we lost to Butler in the Elite 8.
Wait a minute. We beat BYU?
In 2011, we beat BYU in the Sweet 16.
I thought we lost to BYU
No.
like 99-92 or something
We
like
beat
that.
them 83-74 in overtime and then lost to Butler in overtime. Now, did we have I don't remember a BYU game preview. No, that's the only BYU game in the tournament. They beat them by 9. That was the Jimmer team. Then another Sweet 16 win over Marquette. That's before they lost to Louisville in the Elite 8, Rick Pitino's national title year. Sweet 16 beat Gulf Coast to go to. That was the year the Gulf Coast was having that match.
2010, BYU 99, Florida 92.
Oh yeah, I skipped that one because it's a 1. I'm sorry, that was a 1 and done. I didn't see that there.
Yeah.
It got.
That was in a Sweet 16 game.
It was the very next year they played them in the Sweet 16. Is what I'm saying,
that's
and they
what
beat them 83-74.
Yeah,
the
we
next
lost to
year.
them in double overtime that year with Jimmer.
Yeah,
and then we beat them.
They beat it with Jimmer the next year in overtime.
God, you forget these games.
You do, man, when you go to a bunch of them. I remember the UCLA Sweet 16 and 14 because we played UCLA a lot in our tournaments.
Yeah.
In our successful years, we've come across them. That was the team that lost to UConn in the Final Four. And then probably the most memorable, to be honest with you.
My Big Pac years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And probably the most memorable Sweet 16 win. It is the most memorable. It's the most recent. The most recent trip to the Sweet 16 was now 7 years ago, but the Chio's hitting the runner.
Oh, God.
Beating Wisconsin and going on to the lead where they choked against South Carolina, a better team.
Yeah, they did.
Could have been a Final Four team that year.
Yeah.
And then Mike White, then they lost the next year to Texas Tech in the second round by 3. Texas Tech went on to the championship game that year, I believe. Then they lost the next year to Michigan in round 2. Then they lost to Oral Roberts in round 2. Should have won.
We're round 2 guys then.
Yeah, round 2 guys.
All right, let's take a break. We got the Murphy Power Hour coming up. Much more. It's The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Duval. This is former Jaguar corner Aaron Beasley. You're listening to 1010XL, Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Home of the Jaguars.
Do the Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Tired of spending all day looking for a new truck? Then stop. At Garber Auto Mall, you can see every new American-made truck side by side. Chevy, GMC, Buick, Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Visit us at GarberAutomall.com or in Green Cove Springs. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Hey, Beard's Diamonds is where Jacksonville shops for engagement rings and fine diamond jewelry. Hicken here for my friends at Beard's Diamonds. They're in the St. John's Town Center, and they stand out in a big way. Number one, and most importantly, they are local, man. That's the one we want to support, right? We take care of Jacksonville. Jacksonville takes care of us. We take care of Beard's Diamonds. Beard's Diamonds is going to take care of you. I promise you that. Beard's has the best selection of diamonds in Northeast Florida, hands down. All picked by the local owner. Beard's doesn't have to jack up prices to meet a corporate bottom line. Beard's has all the top names in bridal jewelry like Tacori and Verragio. Beard's guarantees to give you a better price, a better value, period. That's right. You heard me right. They guarantee it. Beard's is your locally owned, better alternative. Beholden to you, us, the people of Jacksonville, not Wall Street. Don't buy a diamond ring. Don't buy any piece of jewelry without talking to my friends at Beard's. That's Johnny Lupo, his son Ben. Beard's Diamonds, man. Go check them out. You'll be glad you did at the St. John's Town Center.
If you've been in an auto accident, you can count on the experts at San Jose Collision to return your vehicle to pre-accident conditions. San Jose Collision can also provide a fresh paint job to freshen up your vehicle or completely change its appearance. They can paint and repair all foreign and domestic cars and trucks. When quality and professionalism are important to you, trust San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Man, jack of all trades, masters of none? It just feels like at every turn nowadays, every company can do all work. Not us. Hi, Stevie Beechurst here, second-generation plumber right here in Jacksonville, Florida. We are your master plumbing company that only focuses on all your plumbing needs. So for your next plumbing job, don't call another Jack. Call Beechurst Plumbing, where plumbing is what we do, and plumbing is what we're great at. Beechurst Plumbing, here to help.
Your yard starting to look a little like a jungle? Well, it might be time for a little TLC. Or how about RTC, Russell Tree Care? At Russell Tree Care, they give your trees the perfect haircut. Whether it's trimming or removing, they'll make sure your yard looks its best, all while keeping safety as a top priority. Call Russell Tree Care today and let them take care of your trees. Russell Tree Care, 844-4Mr. Wood. That's 844-467-9663. Or visit RussellTreeCareLLC.com today. Your trees will thank you.
Hi, it's Rick Ballou. I hope you'll join me and some former NFL players for an incredible event at the end of March, the Lone Warrior Foundation 2025 Champions of Hope Charity Golf and Tennis Challenge. March 31st at Marsh Landing will support single-parent families in their fight against cancer. An opportunity to win sensational prizes, but more importantly, we will bring meaningful hope and support to the lives of families affected. To sign up, go to LoneWarriorFoundation.com. That's LoneWarriorFoundation.com.
All aboard! The Combine, Free Agency, the Draft. Here we go! Ride the offseason like a locomotive with AA Automotive and 1010XL.
Might want to buckle up, baby.
AA Automotive on Richard Street. Family run since 1954.
At Hurricane Grill and Wings, every day feels like the weekend. Fresh, never frozen chicken wings, tossed in over 30 bold flavors, paired with ice-cold beer and handcrafted cocktails, all in a laid-back, beachy atmosphere. And with every game on the big screens, it's the ultimate escape. And you're home for sports, too. Great food, cold drinks, and all the games. That's Hurricane Grill and Wings. Escape the ordinary and find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
PRP treatment is kind of the thing these days, and in many cases, it eliminates the need for surgery.
This is Sheridan Tootin, and my experience with PRP from Southeast Orthopedic Specialist has been nothing short of great. I'm really feeling much better now. Ask your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist doctor about PRP treatment.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Living on Amelia Island, having fun in Fernandina Beach? No matter what brings you to the fun, cozy town, make sure you check out the tap room at Mokama Beer Company. With a full flight of craft creations, from the Cosmico IPA to the Motor, the perfect Pilsners and lagers, matching memories and some Mokama magic is what it's all about. Mokama Beer Company in Fernandina Beach, near the big water where the sun is born. And look for more Mokama craft at your local Total Wine or ABC Liquors.
Thinning or balding hair? Introducing scalp micropigmentation now at IHRS. SMP is a procedure for men and women, looks like your own growing hair, and corrects thinning areas. SMP is perfect for men and women who shave their head and want a full head of hair look. Call IHRS now, 904-777-IHRS, 904-777-4477, or visit hairforme.com today.
Hey, nice job, Pete. I like those clean lines. Fellas, do we have anyone that can get to Greenport today?
At Corey's Landscaping, the staffing plan is in the weeds.
Anthony, we need that leaf blower over here. 3 more new customer requests just came in. Who wants to work some overtime?
He needs to dig up quality landscapers and fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Big Pat reminded me that Shelvin Mack hit a three right in his face.
In the Butler game?
Oh, Shelvin Mack couldn't miss.
That's the Butler game.
I hated him.
Yeah. We had Butler 2 or 3 times over a stretch. It all started when Florida beat Butler and avoided the 12-5 upset, that first Final Four run they made.
That was Mike Miller, right?
Remember the guy that we've had in the past? There are a couple of what has proven to be time-tested winners, and again, this just speaks to the perils of gambling, the pitfalls that can be there. But we've had a couple of pretty time-tested, and one of them held through like a champion again, and that is take the 1, 2, and 3 seeds in the women's hoop and lay the points. They typically beat their opponent by 50. And you said 15 of the 16 or 11 of the 12 played out that way? 11 of the 12 top 3 seeds in women's would have covered their first game.
Yes.
So that's a pretty sure thing. Another sure thing is we've had this guy in the past tell us he goes to Vegas and he puts on the money line 12, 13, 14, and 15 seeds. And enough of them win at plus 750 or plus 1,300. All you got to do is hit a couple of them, a couple or 5. And usually, most years, 5 or 6 of those 12 to 15 seeds win, and you more than cover your nut and you make money. From the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures.
Mm-hmm.
Cautionary tale for gamblers. I'm the guy who goes to Vegas every year and bets all the 12, 13, 14, and 15s on the money line. It's worked every year, so decided to double down. Almost all chalk. Didn't factor in the transfer portal, NIL lesson. No such thing as a sure thing in gambling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, blackjack more than bailed me out. Well, good for you. That usually just takes me down further.
Yeah. Talk about the portal being open. It's already closed for one of the top players in the country, former Arizona State wingman Josin Sanon. Don't know anything about him. 19-year-old freshman, 11.9 points, 37% from 3. Didn't take visits to any schools after entering the transfer portal. He's already committed to St. John's. So Rick Pitino gets a good one right off the rip. He's an Arizona State wingman.
I think anybody that you see signed now is going to go to a team that is currently out of it, right? Whose season has already ended.
Yeah.
You can turn your attention fully to that. I mean, if you believe Tom Izzo, he said he won't pay one bit of mind to any transfer portal news, any NIL until the current team that he's serving finishes their destiny.
More than 1,150 Division I players have entered the transfer portal since it opened Monday, far exceeding the previous year's totals at the same stage.
I'll give you another positive in the Golden portal work.
Yeah.
Not only is
I want to go back to one thing, and I like what Izzo did, and he's a great statesman for the game of college basketball. But when you said what he said, I couldn't help but throw an E card in this respect.
Okay.
Hey, You may not be paying a lick of attention, but you're paying some cat $180,000 a year who's got the whole board listed out.
I think his bigger point. I think his bigger.
I know. I agree.
No, not even the state of college basketball. It's the specificity of opening the portal.
Understood.
Right before the Sweet 16. That's the dumb part.
I agree, but my point is, don't act like you're all high and mighty.
Well, he's got a board, and then after his season ends, they'll show it to him, and he'll make a decision. And there are people in communication, so I get all that.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
That's fair.
Yeah. But, I 100% agree. 100% agree. So, I saw this, and Jaguar free agents for next year.
Like on the roster?
Yeah.
Or people you'll be looking for in free agency? Yeah,
our guys.
We remain the only team in the NFL that didn't keep any of their unrestricted free agents.
I'm going to read them to you, and you tell me who we're running to keep. Okay? Because to me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15 dudes.
I'm going to do right now Caesar in the Coliseum.
Yeah.
All right. Thumbs up if I want to keep him.
Yeah.
Thumbs down if I could care less which way the wind blew on said prospect.
Yeah. ETN. Yeah.
Don't care.
Dewey Wingard.
Don't care.
Chad Muma.
Don't care.
Fred Johnson.
Don't care.
Monteric Brown.
Nah, we'll see. It's a year for him. See what he does. Yeah, I'm with you.
Zach McPherson.
Never heard of him. Don't care.
Dennis Daly.
Again, never heard of him.
Love you, but Johnny Boy Wolford.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Luke Fortner.
Only if we don't cut him first.
Daniel Thomas.
No.
What a gunner.
Well, yeah, maybe he is the reason that our special teams are part of the reason that they're good. If he's really good special teams, I'll keep him for like a 1 year, $3 million.
Cole Van Lannen.
No.
De'Ami Brown.
No.
And then the only
there's guys on there.
Logan Cook.
Yeah.
Sign him. Trayvon Walker.
Yeah.
Sign him. Devin Lloyd.
Nah. I mean, I want to sign him, but I'm not doing anything.
He's got to play some ball this year.
Yeah, Trayvon Walker, no, there's an option to be picked up, though, right? It's not like this is it. It's not a contract year for Trayvon Walker.
2026?
He'll play through 2026. We have the ability to have him under contract through 2026, no?
I don't think so.
This is not his final year. I don't think so.
This is his what year? Fourth?
This will be his fourth. You get a fifth-year option on a top pick.
Okay.
Right? The one they pick up on Trevor and the others. So so he's technically.
Yes, that's fair.
I mean, maybe they can salvage some of those guys. Some of these answers will change based on if they do make this team and how they perform this year. So there's a few guys on there that you could feel differently by the end. I mean, if De'Ami Brown, if they really look, it sounds to me like they're just filling a roster spot with De'Ami Brown. That contract says it's a little more than that, but let's see. I mean, De'Ami Brown feels like Dante Moncrief and Laquan Tread, all these other guys that we've gotten from teams. Gabe Davis is the most recent that don't, pan out exactly.
Yeah, I guess the Jags have until like May 1st to officially notify the NFL whether they will exercise a fifth-year option.
Yeah, you have another month or so. They'll also be able to get on the field earlier than everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Like the 7th maybe of April, I think.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll see. But again, the point being, most of those guys, neither here nor there. And it is a big-time prove-it year for everybody because you have all new eyes on you. All new eyes watching you, all new eyes paying attention to you. So that's something to keep in mind. And then we'll start to zero in on the draft here in the 5th overall pick. And news yesterday that Russell Wilson is going to the New York Football Giants may change.
I don't understand what the Giants are doing.
May cost us a quarterback.
Yeah, maybe
in the top 4.
Maybe the Giants are going to take a quarterback also. And just take their time. I would suggest that when you're a 3-win team, you can't afford to get 2 veteran quarterbacks and spend your top draft spot on a quarterback. You better go get Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter or somebody else that can make a difference, and then spin the wheels on a 3rd-round quarterback and get someone next year.
Mm-hmm. Mentorship for Shadur.
One other thing before we head to break, and worth mentioning again, we talked about it a great deal in the 7 o'clock hour, but it was a memorable night at the baseball grounds last night. Florida State. A lot of great games there through the years. This was a great game. Really good game. And Florida rallied in the 9th to take the lead 4-3. They were 3 outs away from victory. And, they brought in a guy to close it out, and he closed out nothing. Walk, hit batter, walk, single, tie game 4-4. walk-off grand slam, Alex Lodis. I said this earlier. Forget Alex Lodis being the, what a great transfer. That's how it started. Oh, what a great transfer portal kid. Forget that. All right? Forget Alex Lodis being a really great player. Might be one. Right now, he's having the best season of anybody in the country. Anybody in the country. Kid's hitting 475. So, Murphy Power Hour is coming up next, right here on The Drill.
Big games, big hitters, big radio. Go big or go home. 1010 XL, the station that plays big.
Hi, I'm Janice. I'm a coach at Awaken 180 Weight Loss. When a client reaches the goal that they've set, they are so proud of themselves. They are so thrilled with how they look and how they feel. They are ready to take on the next thing. And that's one thing about weight loss. It's so much more than a number on a scale. It's about self-respect. It's a momentum thing. Now that I've lost 50 pounds, wow, there's no reason why I can't do this next thing that initially seemed so daunting, but now I know I can do it. The celebration is not just how much better you look and feel, but how much more self-respect you have. We get on a track of success at Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Losing weight with Awaken 180 isn't about the number on the scale. It's about how that number spearheads endless success. Bring your goals to Awaken 180, then celebrate when you check off each and every one of them. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
Here's Linda Beaver.
At Beaver Toyota, we believe your experience should be more than just buying a car. It should be a lifetime of confidence, care, and trust. We're proud to offer a lifetime warranty, lifetime oil changes, and lifetime customer service. We're not just here to sell you a car. We're here to establish a lifelong relationship that you can always count on. It's simple. You deserve the best and shouldn't settle for less. Visit Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, where we're ready to give you peace of mind for a lifetime. We're here to wow you.
St. Johns County parents, does your kid have energy to burn? Want them to play a sport for their middle school? Sign up today for the St. John's Middle School Athletic Association. Spring pickleball, tackle football, dance, and cheerleading. Who doesn't want their kid to be the next NFL quarterback or dance floor diva? Hurry, time is running out. March is almost over. You know how fast your kid can go from playing Xbox to practicing their touchdown dance or sideline cheer? Sign up at sjmsaa.org. sjmsaa.org.
Good teachers and coaches get the most out of their scholar athletes. That's why 1010XL salutes the Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
And the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234.
Wednesdays on The Franchi Show.
Your hole-in-one for men's health is Ackerman Urology. With offices in Mandarin, Middleburg, Rural Golf Village, and the beaches, Ackerman will get you on par for any prostate conditions and sexual vitality. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
I'm Chris Campione. Veterans have given so much in the service of our country, but when it comes to legal challenges, you shouldn't have to fight alone. At Campione Law, we're here to help veterans like you get the support and compensation you deserve. Whether it's a workplace injury, a personal injury claim, or navigating a veteran's disability claim, we'll stand by your side every step of the way. Your service to our country matters. Let us serve you with the dedication and respect you deserve. Call Campione Law for a free consultation today. Campione Law, fighting for veterans, fighting for justice. Visit CampioneLaw.com.
Campione Law. The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
All right, gentlemen, we've trained for this. We've battled the elements. But if there's one thing we can't afford, it's letting the heat take us out before the big game.
But, Coach, the AC at my house is busted. I barely got any sleep last night.
Well, Johnson, you should have called Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. They're the real MVPs. Now let's cue the cool music.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. The coolest cats in town.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
A lot of companies will tell you they're the best. At Custom Tree Surgeons, they show you.
every time. Custom Tree Surgeons has built an all-pro team. Every tree service professional has years of experience, continually trained and certified. They know what, when, and how to handle any job. It gets done efficiently and quickly by a team of experts. So for tree trimming, removal, stump grinding, and emergency services, forget any name other than Custom Tree Surgeons. There is no job they can't do better. Go to website CustomTreeSurgeons.com. That's CustomTreeSurgeons.com, and let them show you how the job is supposed to get done.
Hicken here. Beat the spring cleaning rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. This month, get one room Zero Resified starting at $53. Take $100 off your air duct cleaning. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com and tell them 1010XL sent you.
Zero Res. I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. The Florida baseball team was crushed by number 4 Florida State by 4 runs last night. Hayden Yost gave the Gators a late lead with an RBI single to plate Ashton Wilson. But Alex Ledese blasted a grand slam to bring the final tally to 8-4 for the Seminoles. Florida dropped out of the top 25 poll after getting swept by number 3 Georgia over the weekend. The Gators will look to get back in the win column tomorrow as they open a 3-game series against number 15 Ole Miss. Catch live coverage at 7:55 on 1010 a.m. The Florida men's basketball team is advancing to the Sweet 16 after conquering 2-time defending champion UConn by 2 Sunday. The Gators will face a 4th-seeded Maryland tomorrow. Tip-off is set for 7:39. I'm Tori Edwards with your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update on 1010XL. It's 63 degrees at 9 o'clock. Time and temperature brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Welcome to the Daniel Murphy Power Hour.
Meet the Mets. Meet the Mets. That ball's well hit to right. I mean, really well hit to right. That ball is gone. Daniel Murphy has struck again. Daniel Murphy has homered for the 5th straight postseason game.
Presented by ITP Partners on 1010XL.
All right, Pross, you're going to have to bear with me for a couple of metropolitan announcements with Daniel Murphy here. So just bear with me for just a second.
Just obnoxious.
No, it's not obnoxious. There's a couple things that are going on that we need to get out of the way. Number one, my favorite steak sandwich price has gone up to $18. It was $16.50. My patty filet mignon sandwich that I get at City.
Is it City?
Yeah.
Man,
they always have the best. They voted best food there every. Yeah, it's
inflation is not to be trifled
But that
with.
steak sandwich is to die for, man. I mean, I love that thing. I get every time. And the sad thing is I turn my boys onto it, so it's 18, 36, 54.
18 times 3?
Yeah,
one of those situations, if you like it once, you might not like it twice.
But I got to get your opinion on this one. This is big news out of New York, and I don't know if I like it or not. I got to be honest. This is a 7th inning stretch routine. Everybody has it. You have the freeze, which is good because I give you credit. The freeze is different. We're going with the mascot race
again, or another one.
We got the 5 boroughs represented. We got Pizza Slice from Brooklyn, Skyscraper from Manhattan, the Ferry from Staten Island, the Giraffe from the Bronx Zoo, and the Subway Car from Queens.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Murph. I'm a little mixed on the. I'm following the sheep here.
Yeah, I appreciate the idea and then getting the boroughs involved, but the mascot race when I first read it, I'd like another one.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So,
and then shout out to one of my heroes of yesteryear, Lee Mazzilli turned 70 yesterday. Lee Mazzilli once hit a home run in an All-Star game, and
Lee Mazzilli was the perfect star of the 70s, early 80s because he looked like he should be on T.J. Hooker.
He looked like Scott Baio.
Yeah.
Remember Scott Baio?
He looked like he should be on T.J. Hooker. Or,
the girls love Lee up there in New York City.
Fall Guy.
Let's just say that.
One of those shows.
All right, I got all that out of the way. Now, the other big
How many, as an aside, because we say another one, is this the third? I know we've got Milwaukee, which is, I believe, the original home. Washington does the Presidents. Has this become the third, or is there more than that?
There's more.
Who does it?
Do the A's do one as well? No, you know who does one? Randy Johnson, the Mark Grace one, and the D-backs.
Diamondbacks. Okay, so there's another.
There's one.
I don't.
That's a good question.
The ones that really stand out to me are Milwaukee.
Raleigh Finger? Is it like a Raleigh Fingers? The Sacramento A's? Oh, sorry. What I got you is I've decided.
You won't call them. You told me you were going to call them Sacramento.
No, I will call them Sacramento.
Oh, okay, that's right.
I will call them the Tampa Bay Legends more than likely, more than once.
Did you see the picture at Tampa. This is disgraceful. It says 2020 at the stadium. 2025 home of the Tampa Bay Rays as you walk in. Right above it, a gigantic New York Yankee insignia. I mean, you can't do that.
Man, that I had heard 2 weeks
Pirates
ago.
have the great pierogi race.
Okay.
That one I didn't know.
That's been around for a while. Yeah, let me see if we have some other ones. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Legends Field for the Rays.
Yeah, that's terrible.
That is awful.
Terrible.
We got almost 10% of our league playing in minor league ballparks.
Tampa Bay Rays, a race sponsored by PepsiCo. Between Pepsi Max, Aqua. Nah, that's no good.
I like the Freeze one. I will say, going there and watching that guy reel these civilians in who might have had an adult beverage or two it's funny.
We've had some guys here locally that have
taken a shot at the title. Scott Toole, who played at Florida State, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Did you see? Are you older than him?
I don't.
Did you play high school against him? That's about the same, isn't it, Hick? Toole in that group, or no? A little younger than Murphy?
I am not good with years.
Maybe older. I'm not good either, in fairness. We had a question come up the other day I want to ask you before we get off track.
Astros had a space race for a while. Apollo Squeeze and Doc Rocket.
Okay.
Diamondbacks added a Legends race. Randy Johnson, Mark Grace, Luis Gonzalez, and Matt Williams. Twins introduced the race at Target Field. So Marlins added the great sea race featuring Bob the Shark, Julio the Octopus. Nobody knows because
they don't do it anymore, do they? Or they still do these things?
Say. Yeah. A's had the first Hall of Famer Big Head race. Ricky Raleigh and Dennis Eckersley.
Okay, I thought I remember that.
Yeah. Detroit, of course, went with cars. So
yeah, the only ones. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah. Toole graduated in '98. When did you graduate?
03.
Oh yeah, so he's older than you.
Yeah. But anyway, there's a few of those.
I just bring him up because he beat the Freeze. I can remember that being a story. One of our forever golf guys. Remember? And we had the video and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrific. You beat the Freeze. That's something, man.
You are. Yeah. He's booking.
Is it still the same Freeze guy? I think they changed him at one point.
Oh yeah, he changed.
Yeah, it's a different change.
Freeze guy changes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freeze guy is
pretty good though.
Yeah, he's a change out guy.
We had a question the other day. I can't remember what the parameters were. The numbers were all the same. So we'll ask, and we were going to ask Daniel. Do you remember what it? I know what it is, but do you remember what it was?
We have a question for Daniel.
Yeah, we had a chart the other day. It had 3 guys on it, and they were remarkably similar. Because we were asked which one of these guys is better, and the 3 of them,
like the Deion Asante thing,
like that, but it was baseball related.
No, I don't remember.
It was Verlander, Scherzer, Kershaw.
We talked to him about that, didn't we?
Did we?
It was last week, wasn't it?
No.
We didn't talk to you about that?
No, it came up in between.
Oh, that's right.
We were doing like
pitcher?
a war
Clayton.
or something.
Huh?
Clayton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said he would say.
Yeah, that's what we said he would say, but we didn't actually. That came up
but
in
their
between
numbers
them
are
being
very similar.
That's what
some
was
of
the
it may
surprising
be biased because I would
lefty.
I just
Does that
he
matter?
owned Clayton.
I wouldn't say I own him.
Well,
I
he won a game against Clayton for us in a division series.
I know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just when I hear those names, as their numbers get pulled up, I bet they're
very
all
similar.
First ballot Hall of Famers.
Oh, all 3. Yeah.
And
Verlander has that longevity. Like he's surprisingly.
He's got like more. I saw he has more innings, like significantly more.
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
so Max and Clayton were more productive.
And then
with
we
the
get
innings
into
they got.
postseason success though, and it's Verlander. It's not Clayton, and it's Scherzer obviously
has
some, but it's Verlander who has the
The Freeze Victor has texted in on the text line.
Yes,
he said he put the old guy into retirement. So yeah,
that a baby, that a baby.
And says Murphy's quote younger than him. I was going to put much, but I decided not to do that.
Murph, you like these historical things? George Sisler,
first baseman, right?
Batted .400 over the first 3 years of the live ball era. .596 slugging percentage. That's no small sample. 1,982 plate appearances. Number 1 in stolen bases by a first baseman since 1900. Led the league 4 times, including seasons of 51 and 45. Missed a whole year in 1923 because he had a sinus infection.
Oh, my goodness.
Was crushed by a sinus infection and was never the same.
Who are we talking about?
George
Sisler. If you think today's stars would be amazing if they traveled back in time, don't forget modern medicine. Started and finished as a pitcher. Appeared in 24 games with a 2.35 ERA.
Yeah, he pitched as well, too.
I can't help but look at some of these numbers of the old timers and think we had a big glaring hole of talent when it comes to baseball back in the day. Like the numbers, the numbers of competition. You can't
You can't do. I mean, the society just based on population alone can't change that much.
Right.
That the best baseball players back in the day, they went both ways. They were it's like American. Some of these early guys are like American Legion stars.
Yeah.
They pitch, every third day. They hit 600. They knock, home runs out of the. You can't do that today. I don't know why. I think it's just the population, the number, right? The competition is so so many more for a position,
and more roster spots as well.
Yeah.
We had Lockelaw High School Report had a couple of Johnny Murphy's boys in. This kid Watson is impressive.
Very cool customer.
Wait till he fills out too, man. Ooh, lanky right-hander, 96. Oh,
I was listening to him speak. He's just really sharp and calm and real good temperament.
Analytical. You can tell he's learning. He wants to learn to pitch. And I'm studying Maddox, so it's a good guy to study, buddy.
And looks like he knows where he wants to go. And he's got between Jonathan, my brother out there running them, and Storm Davis as well. It's a great spot for him to be in.
Yeah, I mean, if you're throwing 96, I'm not sure Maddox should be my guy.
Well, Skeens.
Yeah, Skeens is
another one. I think he probably. He sounded like listening to him talk the artistry kind of the creation of pitching. I want to throw this pitch.
Good thing to have. At that age, rather, because when you throw that hard, it'd be real easy at that age just to go out and blow it right by everybody. Nobody hit me.
He's a Fort Caroline kid, grew up playing at Fort Caroline. We're going to have 2 Jacksonville kids, pitchers, get drafted in the top. It seems like, again, you don't know. You never know. And a lot comes down to the money. And
I'd say that the 2 pitchers you're talking about are going to be top 30 talent.
They're talking about the Witherspoon kid going top 10.
Yeah, so you're just these are best players in the country.
Yeah,
this is a point. This is a fair point on the text line. I've wondered this. I'm glad someone said it because I can ask you to.
Okay.
Is it not a little bit strange how Arizona claims Mark Grace as a legend? Like everybody in the world thinks of Mark Grace as a Cub.
Yeah.
And in my mind,
he was on that championship.
I get it,
team,
but in my mind, Mark Grace played like a year or 2 with Arizona. He's like Wade Boggs in Tampa. That's what he feels like to me.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's like trying to weigh Mark Grace championship in Arizona with seeing him
Mr. Cub.
every game for WGN during the day for all the years.
It just seems strange that he's claimed as a legend when
3 years in Arizona.
Yeah,
3 years.
Unremarkable, too.
And nothing, 01, 02, 03, 37, 38, and 39. He hit 298, 252, and 200.
Now,
he's done.
And granted, Arizona doesn't have a long legacy here to choose from, but to choose him as a legend seems strange to me.
That's fair.
And by the way, that's a point that was made on the shout out to the text line for pointing that out. I've thought that before, and it's a good time to verbalize.
Mark Grace a little bit
overrated.
Yeah,
way overrated.
Not as powerful as you might think for a first baseman. I think he had good batting average. Not gonna, defend
had a year hit 331.
What's the most homers he ever grabbed?
17.
Dan, did you know that
never grabbed 20.
Never got 20.
Did you know that the DeLamelore kid from FSU is Joe DeLamelore's grandson? Uncle. He's his uncle.
Yeah, they're
great uncle.
Yes, they're
part of his family. Okay.
And there's a DeLamelore at JU.
Same.
So I get them all
bloodline.
confused. They're cousins.
Okay.
Yes.
And I get them all.
I wonder how the family Joe DeLamelore, who blocked for O.J. Simpson, he's part of the electric company.
Yes.
He was an all-star.
Yes.
Yeah, all-star.
Yes. Great player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I yell out D-Lo when I go to the JU game.
But by the way, just to even mess you up a little bit more, then I also get messed up with DeLamelore and Johnny Wolford, his, I believe, uncle, Will Wolford.
Right.
Offensive
that
lineman.
is that's his uncle.
Yeah. So starts really messing with you. But the DeLamelores, and then you throw in Lelodi's kid. FSU had 4 local kids in the lineup last night.
That's
by the way, while we call Mark Grace overrated, I haven't vetted this stat, but on the text line, Mark Grace has the most hits of any Major League Baseball player in the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh.
That makes him underrated.
Yeah.
That's fair. Nobody in the 90s had more hits than Mark Grace. Is that right?
It could be because it was in his heyday, but he never had 200 hits.
But still, you get a longevity there. I mean, if you lead the entire Major League Baseball in a category as broad as hits for a whole decade, I don't care how many you had each year. There's some consistency there that
he'd have 51 doubles in 95.
I remember being a doubles hitter.
Okay. Doubles is
what's the record for doubles in a year? 70 something.
Yeah, it's one of the old guys.
Is it Sisler again?
I think it's Sisler.
Is it Sisler on doubles?
Dang.
Sisler, big appearance in the show today for George Sisler.
No, I think
Sisler the Whistler.
Seems like a lot.
Earl Webb, 67.
67.
1931.
What is triples? Is probably like 23 or something, I feel.
I think that's 30. I think we looked this up. It's like 31 or something. Back in the day, there was no fences.
Yeah, they just have to
Just
chase
hit it,
it
go,
in
and run.
somebody's, garden.
John Chief Wilson had 36 in 1912.
36.
36.
Chief had. Let me see if we got anybody else who's like
You can't have 36 triples with fences.
1886, Dave Orr went for 31.
1886, they
Let's see if I
played
can find a
literally
guy.
like
Modern is Granderson grabbed some.
Let me see if I can
there
grab
was something
like-
in Detroit.
We're
like
way
16 or something like
It
that.
had to be no fences, right?
Yeah,
it's definitely no
course.
fences.
2007, Grandy Man had 23.
23.
Oh,
God, that's amazing.
Shout out.
Bang, Detroit, that bigger ballpark.
Yeah,
If you're gonna
still
do it.
23. That's crazy. There are good hitters don't get 23 doubles in a year.
A lot of hitters just get one and stop at second the whole rest of the season once you fill the category.
Good point.
You get that,
Bro, there's nobody. George Brett had 20.
We've got some Mark Grace, how to be a hero in a short time examples that would maybe register with us.
What you got?
Calais.
Mm.
But and someone else said Kawhi in Toronto.
Yeah.
But the difference is Calais and Kawhi were dominant players.
Yeah.
The point with Grace is he's just a guy on the team. He's not an all-star. So that makes it different. That makes
They won a title.
But
That's
him
what-
being
that's
a
what
legend.
they did.
I get it, but why wouldn't Schilling be running out there instead of him?
Well,
I
you know
think-
this, for
I think
example.
he is. He's on the mascot race?
Yeah, I
or-
thought
I think it's Randy Johnson, Schilling,
Oh, it was
Luis
Schilling.
Gonzalez.
Yeah. I missed
It's
Schilling.
Those three
Yeah,
are
yeah.
kind
I
of
missed
easy
Schilling.
ones,
I
and
got-
then
yeah.
maybe the
But-
fourth was.
And he'll tell you this.
I,
how do the Mets treat the guys who won the world championship?
Oh,
If you come back, you're royalty.
yes.
Braves, same
No,
thing.
I get it. Yeah, I get it.
You got one. You just got to win one.
I'm surprised more than I'm surprised, not bothered.
Yeah.
Right? I'm surprised that he carries that much. And I know he did. Now, he's also still on their broadcast team, I'm pretty sure. I think he's their main color guy on their broadcast booth and has been for a long time, Mark Grace. So that keeps him relevant. And
Did you do your assignment last night? Did you study?
Yeah,
Take a
I'm
look-see?
ready for the picks.
You ready for the picks?
I'm ready for the picks.
I thought I said this to Pross in the 7 o'clock hour. I feel like, certainly, obviously, the Dodgers are the overwhelming favorite, but I feel like each division there's good competition this year.
You could pick
There's
more
like
than
one of
team for
3 or
each.
4 teams. I think it's going to be harder this year than it's been in the years past, I guess.
to pick the
Which is
division
probably
winners.
good for baseball.
I don't know if
And
I don't know if I've just got my head in the sand or it's just years of just knowing how hard it is to win, but I am no more intimidated by the Dodgers. I don't think the impediment to winning a World Series this year is any harder than it is last year or the year before, personally.
All right.
We'll see.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, we'll get into our picks as we move through this hour.
The Padres almost beat them last year. They had them.
They had him dead to rights.
Let them off the hook.
Let him off the hook.
Damn Joe Musgrove, cheating son of a gun. Anyway, we're back with more next on the
Ears Musgrove, I call him.
The Drill.
From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios.
I want total control of my team.
Frank Franchi.
I want to be able to recruit anybody that I want. No interference.
The Franchi Show.
Whoever's trying out for the team, wake up.
Making the ride home a little more enjoyable. Afternoons on 1010XL.
4 guys, want a golf course fairway quality lawn? TopDressing.com just landed in Jacksonville with the golf course secret for St. Augustine grass homeowners. A patented process that aerates and turns your turf into a fairway stunner. Serious golf course technology, but in your yard. Less water, tighter cuts, total neighborhood domination. No one else scores a perfect 10 lawn. Hit TopDressing.com now. You will own the block. Top dress your yard like the pros with TopDressing.com.
Golfers, grab your clubs. It's time to hit the greens for a great cause. Join UF Health Jacksonville for their inaugural golf classic on Friday, April 25th at the beautiful Amelia River Club with a shotgun start at 9 a.m. Enjoy a premier golf experience while supporting UF Health Jacksonville. Bring your friends, build your foursome, and get ready for a day of fun, competition, and giving back. Don't wait. Sign up today at ufhealthjacks.org/golf. See you on the course.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Do you have clicking, popping, swelling, or pain in your knee or shoulder? This can be due to arthritic changes in your joints. Over time, you have wear and tear of your cartilage. I'm Dr. George Bari, and here at Bari Orthopedics, we have numerous ways to treat your arthritis, such as regenerative medicine, including PRP and joint replacements with CT guidance for accuracy down to the millimeter. If you are experiencing any of these symptoms, call us for an appointment today or log on to BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
Homeowners, listen up. It's time to start fresh in 2025. Prosser here, and Loan Pronto is here to help take control of your finances in 2025 by lowering your house payments and consolidating that nagging debt. Did you know that 9 out of 10 borrowers get a better deal by calling Loan Pronto? Right now, Loan Pronto has some of the most competitive offers for refis, debt consolidation, and purchase loans, starting in the low 5s APR. If your current rate is over 6%, don't settle for paying too much. Even if you're in process with another lender, call Loan Pronto now. Lock in at a lower rate today and close in as little as 2 weeks, often with no appraisal. You can even skip your next 2 house payments. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Get your personalized Loan Pronto rate quote instantly with no hard credit pull and no upfront fees. Call now, 904-999-1508, or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, NMLS consumeraccess.org.
It's the blog players put their pads on for.
So we got to bring my thoughts and observations on our home team. That's what I share with you every week on my blog.
Roland Reach Plumbing brings you Hayes Blog on 1010XL.com.
Pizza to Tea here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes through in the clutch? From lunch to late night, only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar. Stick around after the sunset, and Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites. Come on, somebody.
Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars. Make them your AC partner. With honest cost estimates before they start the work with no hidden fees. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC.
SportsForecaster.com has all the data you need to project tomorrow's winners. Register for free and track the performance of all your favorite players and teams, including all your fantasy team picks and prospects. Sports Forecaster has the most detailed player profiles on the web. Precise depth charts, every transaction, every injury, every news update. No ranting or raving, no preening or barstool bluster. At SportsForecaster.com, you get the timely info you need for every game. SportsForecaster.com. Sign up for free today. Summer in Jacksonville. Sun's out, flip-flops on, and whoa! Well, there goes Uncle Bob into the pool again. Protect your pool deck with Don't Slip Deck Coatings of Jacksonville. Their multi-layered slip-resistant coatings keep you on your feet, not on your backside. Durable, stylish, and way cheaper than an ER visit. Don't Slip Deck Coatings even has indoor options so your kitchen floor isn't a skating rink. Call 904-466-1839 for a free quote and follow Don't Slip Jacks on Facebook and Instagram.
You've got a lot on your plate. The last thing you need is car trouble. At Maxie's Mechanics, we help you keep your cars, trucks, and SUVs running safely. Visit MaxieAutoRepair.com today for honest service, reliable repairs, and peace of mind for you and your family.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Hardball here. It's time for the picks. Opening day is tomorrow. It's the greatest day of the year for some of us.
National holiday.
It should be. I know a lot of
real
you.
opening day too.
But We love it.
Don't they all?
Yeah, the real one.
Aren't all the games at the same time tomorrow?
I think they are tipping.
They're
at the
all
same
at 3
time.
o'clock, I think.
Except for there's 2 teams not playing. Someone doesn't open tomorrow. Maybe the Legends. I had to check.
How dumb is
and the Rockies?
Damn you.
The Rock Show. I got to actually text one. I got to text Ryan McMahon and say you're opening up in a minor league stadium in the Bushes Stadium. So I'll tease him a little bit.
Gosh, that's awful.
All right, I'll back off the Rays now, but
that's fair, man. Come on, guys.
Well, maybe not. Maybe even more so. I would say last thing I'll say is that I understand that you need to maybe move ballparks because your roof got blown off.
Yeah.
But the owner's just absolutely unwillingness to do anything about the stadium roof being blown off is frustrating.
Very frustrating.
All right, there we go.
Fair enough.
It's hard to pick these winners this year.
Not all the same times tomorrow, by the way. A lot of 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Okay.
Scattered.
Milwaukee at the Yankees is the first one up, 3 o'clock. Baltimore, Toronto, 3:07. And we go to the night side. We got Detroit at the Dodgers, Cubs at Arizona, A's at Seattle.
What time? So the Braves play tomorrow?
Braves play at 4:10. Mets play at 4:10. Clay Holmes against Framber Valdez.
Ooh, now they count. All fun in spring training until you carry them with you the rest of your life on the back of your baseball card. Ain't going nowhere. Like marriage notices and death licenses.
Is it bad if your second pitcher is undecided?
You talking about in Texas with the Rangers?
I'm talking about Houston.
Okay.
They're undecided.
Not optimal. Should know by now. Did you see where the Diamondbacks made a boo-boo?
What'd they do?
Corbin Burns, they didn't time it right for him to start opening day with his routine, and so he's going game 5. And God bless their manager. He came out and took it on the chin, Torey Lovello, and said, we didn't get it right. We didn't communicate properly. But yeah, so Corbin has which is to his credit, and how he's gotten this far in his career. He has a specific routine that he likes to get through and benchmarks to hit. Mm-hmm. And the way it started rolling in camp, he wasn't going to hit those benchmarks for opening day. So their $220 million man's going to start.
Can I add
5.
my typical cynical dose of fan/media, skepticism?
Yeah.
Or make something that should be non-related. But Corbin Burns pitched dominantly for the Milwaukee Brewers, right?
Yes.
Did the Brewers go to the World Series or
no?
And then the Orioles had a big need for a number 1 starter, and they went and got Corbin Burns, and he went to Baltimore. And did Baltimore make the run to the World Series? I guess my point, this isn't a knock on Corbin Burns. He's a great pitcher. It's a knock on everybody picking the Diamondbacks to be the most likely to knock off the Dodgers because they added Corbin Burns.
I don't think that's the only thing. I think the Diamondbacks are a good team that had a bad year last year.
Well, they have the rest of their starting pitching is good.
I think the little outfielder's going to rebound and have a big season.
Yeah, Corbin Carroll.
Yeah.
And then
I like the Diamondbacks, but I'm saying if they win it all, I don't think it'll be because of Corbin Burns. That doesn't to me. I see. Maybe I'm just seeing the one outlier, but I did I looked at a power poll. They got the Diamondbacks 3rd.
Okay.
And I just didn't see.
That's a little high.
Yeah, I mean, they should be behind, I think, the Braves, Phillies, Mets. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. And I think with the Diamondbacks, I mean, like Dan was saying, with the additions, I think also just being in the West, like you're trying to find somebody out there in the West that can anybody stand up to the Dodgers within their division.
Right. I don't think Buster's ready yet, and I think the Padres had a little Buster and the Giants. I think the Padres had a little bit of attrition. They're still got some good ball players.
Padres organization right now just feels like a
in
mess,
flux,
a bit of a bit untidy.
Yes,
they weren't sure about who was going to call the shots in ownership, and they're all
right, let's start with the AL East because I have I'm going to pick the Red Sox to win the East.
I like that.
I like the Red Sox. I think the Red Sox.
Kind of the trendy pick.
Well, I mean, golly,
Crochet and Bregman,
and Buehler.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
they got Walker Buehler.
Yeah.
And then also you can look at their biggest their biggest obstacle is banged up.
Yes. So I like the Red Sox. I like the Red Sox to bounce back and win a division.
I don't know why I'm so misplaced. I know they lost a pitcher, but gosh, that seems like an awfully strong young group of a nucleus of offense in particular. I'll ride the O's doing 90-game winner a year ago. I'm gonna go Baltimore.
Okay. All right.
New York Highlanders,
really
now known as the Yankees. I think that without a doubt the injuries they've had, but I think that if they can stay in it, that Cashman coming off of last season and not having Soto and wanting to get deep into the postseason will make the most moves at the deadline.
I think Steinbrenner's killed him. I don't think he's got his dad's aura about him. And I think they're not even going to make the playoffs.
I think that I was listening to Joel Sherman, who's a New York writer and follows the Yankees. Yeah, he's really good. I enjoy. Yeah. And he said like the range of outcomes that I would be okay.
Yankees?
Yeah, I think that you're right that they could absolutely not make the playoffs, be a seller at the deadline.
Now, I don't think the AL East is as powerful as it was. Mm-hmm. Right? I don't. And everybody's over Toronto every year, but they don't perform.
They never win any games.
They don't perform, and then Tampa. I'm not sold on the. I mean, the McClanahan kid had some triceps issues. He's coming back.
Baltimore's got pitching issues. I'll get it. Here's where I am on Boston. They are such the trendy. It's like the two teams that, to me, when I first started looking, they came out of nowhere, are Boston and Arizona, and I just like 0 to 100 on these. Like the Red Sox are a lot of people's pick to win the American League.
All right, put your hat on for the Central. Try picking that division.
Yeah, I like this one because this is the team that I'll root for, especially when I can get Jack Cags up there. I'm going to go the Royals.
Okay.
Kansas City as well for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I
pick those Tigers.
I am.
Go ahead. Pick those Tigers.
I will. I'll take Scrooble.
Take Scrooble.
And
Casey Mize.
And Job. Is that the kid's name? I like their starting pitching. I like Detroit.
Okay.
By the way, I think Cleveland could win, and I think Minnesota's got a couple injuries, but I think Minnesota could win.
No, it should be a competitive division. The only team in the division is Chicago, who's terrible.
Yeah, I think any one of those four teams could win it.
Don't disagree. I didn't.
That's what I'm talking about in terms of trying to pick.
I don't feel super confident in either one of my picks.
Okay, Daniel, you get the lead off for the AL West.
Like I said, I almost didn't pick Boston only because I feel like that would be cheating because they were nowhere near my radar until I really started looking at them.
And everybody was picking them.
Yeah, and everyone's picking them. I'm like, well, I can't do that.
I was on the Yankees the whole time, and as I looked, I was like, this is a lot closer than it was about 2 weeks. 3 weeks
I find myself, baseball is such a long season, and there's so many teams that can compete that I almost always, when it comes to picks, end up picking the team that I like the most of the 2 or 3 I'm considering.
You know what kills me about
there's
baseball?
not a big difference in these, I like the Orioles more than the Red Sox and the Yankees, and they're about the same, so I'll take the Orioles.
It's a long season, and yet losses drive me crazy.
Oh yeah, they will right out of the gate. Hey, when the Braves come back, when the Braves come back from the West,
I got to throw it out there.
When the Braves come back from their opening with 7 at San Diego and the Dodgers, and they're 2-5, I'm going to be losing my mind.
Listen,
the season's going to be over.
I'm pissed that the Braves get the West Coast swing to start. I think that's an advantage, a huge advantage.
I'm glad you think that.
I don't like that.
I'd
love to go. I wish we were starting out West.
Just go ahead and start out there.
Yeah, because everything's it's not the end of the world. Good teams always split the first 2. You're going to get a couple wins. And you'll be back, and you'll have that out of the way.
Yeah, the nice thing about the West, too, is you don't have to worry about rainouts, almost certainly.
Well, there you go.
Bad weather either.
All right, lead us off for the West there, young man.
I'm going in honor of opening day, my oldest and I, with the Tejas Rangers.
Yeah, I'm going with
Chris
Texas,
Young's
too.
Oh, you dogs.
Tejas Rangers. Go ahead, pick those Mariners. No?
No.
Oh, man, really?
No, I think Texas is the team to beat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a real down year last year. They won. Correct me. Did they not win the World Championship?
2 years ago.
World's
2 years
Championship.
ago.
2 years ago.
They won it.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah, now they have Jake DeGrom, who we'll see.
Yeah, he'll be gone in May.
Well,
I'm not picking him. I'm picking him because of that offense.
But do you think Langford's going to get better?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go.
Was it Young? One of the guys got hurt last year too. One of the young guys. I can't remember which one it was.
He's a big muscle guy in right field.
Garcia. Yeah, they had and then Corey Seager missed some time.
Yes.
Corey Seager's my favorite non-Brave baseball player.
Yes.
Yeah, my favorite non-Brave is Corey
All right,
Seager.
do you want to give us the 3 wild card teams?
Oh, I got to put Texas.
Is it 3?
Yes.
Yeah, 3 wild card.
3 wild card teams. We all picked Texas though.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with. All right, let's go with. This is a good one, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Boston. I have to. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Boston.
That's hedging your bets.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Cleveland. And I'm going to go with Houston. I mean, until the Astros don't make the postseason, I'm going to put them in it.
All right.
And again, another year where they've lost more talent.
I'm going to do something surprising. I'm not picking one team from the East.
Okay.
I think just Boston wins it, and I don't think the other guys get in. I'm going to take. I'm going to take Houston. Oh gosh, Oh, I see. They only list the Athletics here as the Athletics.
That they're trying to be cute with that.
Yeah,
that's
that's
it.
not
They
allowed,
just call
is
them
it?
the A's.
Yeah.
They can pick. They just call them the A's. They don't
Okay.
want you to call them Sacramento Athletics.
Yeah, that's what
Sacramento
we're gonna
A's.
do. I
That's
agree
what
with
I'll
you.
do.
Okay.
play-
I'm gonna go with so I'm gonna go with Houston. I'm gonna take Cleveland. A little bit of metal there. And then I'm gonna take, just as a wild card, I'm gonna take
Sacramento?
Yeah, I'll take Sacto for fun.
I was listening to a podcast yesterday.
Yeah.
Dallas Braden.
I
He's
love
got a pod-
Rooker.
Yeah,
I
get
wanted
it.
Rooker on our team.
I did too. We
Yeah.
wanted him last year too at
I
the
like
trade
Rooker.
deadline. The Braves did.
I don't believe in them at all.
That's
but
fair.
good for you.
I
There's
would
a couple
never
guys
pick him.
that
It
could.
was a ridiculous
Yeah.
pick. He's turned what is this hard fought exercise. He's now added a bit component to it. He's taken one of the worst teams in baseball to make the playoffs.
No.
But hey, you could
They
say
got
that I do.
Luis Severino.
You could say that I do
One
the
of my
same
boys.
thing every year in the NFL picks when I say Jags to the playoffs. We're the A's of the NFL.
That's
fair.
a homer pick. That's fine. This is different than a homer
Yeah, that's
pick.
fair. This is
A's made me cry as a
Cuckoo.
10-year-old. Let's
Yeah.
not forget that.
great unis though.
Up 3-2.
They really maybe one of the first fashionable pro sports teams. Forever pro uniforms were just bland, blah, vanilla looking uniforms.
Oh, bro, when you went to Shea Stadium as a kid, you would get an Oakland A's batting
Yeah.
helmet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
They had
yeah.
yellow ones and
Very
green
cool.
ones and all kinds. They were
Oh,
the
yeah.
best.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Loved it.
All right.
Gotta get
Now
an Oakland
everyone's
A's batting.
colorful. But
Yeah,
back then, the A's were the first ones to go,
Yeah.
throw color at you.
Oh, yeah.
Canary. Just here we go.
Everything was white or gray. Every uniform was white or gray. Either white for home, gray for the road.
Because their owner was known for that. Like,
Yeah.
kind of doing
Charlie
crazy
Finley.
things. Yeah, Finley. Mm-hmm.
All right,
All right.
we need your wild cards,
I'm on
Daniel.
the menu here. Boston, Houston, and Minnesota.
Oh, that's good.
And I was torn on Minnesota, but it looks like they're going to be able to pitch. And I was
Okay, the only clean sweep here among the picks is Texas to win the West.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have some form, Dan's outlier is from us two,
Mm-hmm.
is Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
Murph's outlier from us two is Minnesota.
Okay.
And my outlier from you two is Baltimore.
All right.
You can tell how much we all believe
have
in Seattle.
you and I have Cleveland and he doesn't, but
All right.
for the most part, there's only one team that only one of us has. For me, Baltimore. For you, Sacramento. For Daniel, Minnesota.
All right, let's whip through the National League a little quicker up against it. Dodgers in the West for me. Murph.
Dodgers.
Jeff.
Yeah, Dodgers.
All right, Central, Murph.
Milwaukee. I told myself last year I wasn't going to do
That's
this
fair.
again.
That's
so
fair.
I'd rather go down losing this way with Milwaukee.
And I love Taylor Dahl. I'm not picking the Cubs. I'm going to take Milwaukee, too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to follow the leader here,
That's
but
fine.
the Central sucks, and Milwaukee's good. They're the only team that's showing consistent DNA year to year.
All right, go ahead and pencil in.
And they have the best.
The only one we'll
They have
wait
the best
for.
catcher in baseball, and
The only one we'll wait
Thanks
for
to
is
us.
Murph. I got the Mets. You got the Braves.
Murph always takes the Mets.
Well, this is obvious.
Yeah.
Atlanta Braves to win the NL East.
Yeah, you're not saying that. You always
No,
go with
seriously,
the Mets.
Braves.
He is.
Braves.
Yeah,
He just did it.
Well, I don't. Well,
little
you don't
juju
need to
on 'em.
mush us. We don't.
Yeah,
we don't you're gonna win it. How couldn't you win it? Don't need it anymore.
How couldn't you be
Yeah,
the best
no,
bet to take down those trolley Dodgers?
This is, you know what this feels like? This feels like Rangers fan running it at the Astros. Just stop it. We're not.
You have to, yeah.
None of that's working.
Right
I mean, come
there.
on. We're
Not
getting
supposed
around
to
a-
win 99
getting around
games.
an awful
Who are
damn
your
lot.
three wild
So
cards, Murph?
that doesn't
All
work. Yeah,
Philly.
Stop.
Philly.
Diamondbacks.
What did you
Diamondbacks.
take? Dan, you took the Mets, right?
Yeah.
And the Mets.
Phillies, Diamondbacks, and the Mets. I will take Philly. I will take Arizona, and I will take Cincinnati Reds.
Now you're just being asinine. You know what
can't
that
put
is?
those Bravos
You know what that
on
is?
there.
That's super. You want to talk about a mush? That is the most dangerous reverse mush that's ever taken place. I mean, to the point that while I make my picks,
Did I forget the Braves?
he might want to reconsider because that's the kind of mush that'll make you look stupid all year.
Did I forget the Braves?
I don't know what you did, but that's fine. Philly, who are the rest of these loser picks?
Cincinnati Red Legs.
Cincinnati Reds.
I mean, Cincinnati. Who's
And
going to
Arizona.
Huh? Arizona.
Yeah.
All right.
MVP? De La Cruz.
I'm going to go with, this looks an awful dadgum lot, exactly like last year's playoffs. I'm going to go with the Phillies. I'm going to go with the Mets, and I'm going to go with, I guess Arizona. I don't know. We're just this is.
Give me your World Series opponents. You don't have to tell me who wins. Just World Series picks, and we'll go to break. What do you got?
Dodgers, Rangers.
Okay.
Braves, Rangers.
Mets, Red Sox. 86 all over again.
Texas.
We're locked and loaded. This is the drill. We're back with more next.
The Drill at the DivorceMenOnly.com studios. More videos, more podcasts, more Jaguars, preps, and college football. More of everything you love about Jacksonville sports at 1010XL.com.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey, certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's covering no. My money's in great hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience, expertise, knowledge. Those are the ITP Partners. That's Janice Cobb. That's Reed Wingate, Scott Regner. That's Dan Abel, Reagan Wright, Jeff Hartman, and Chris Byan. Those are the guys that and ladies that I listen to, and they'll listen to you. And what they do is they take your goals and make them their priority. That's how they'll strategize with you. It's a great time to get started. Easy to get a hold of those guys. Chris at ITPpartners.com. Chris at ITPpartners.com or call 312-9751. They're ITP Partners. They're my financial partners for life. Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Get ready for an unforgettable night of classic rock with legendary vocalist Jeff Tate. Known for his iconic work with Queensryche, Jeff Tate brings his unforgettable sound to the Florida Theater for one night only. A round-trip journey in your head. Witness the hit album Operation Mindcrime, performed in its entirety for the final time. Jeff Tate, Operation Mindcrime, April 3rd at Florida Theater. Tickets at floridatheater.com.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. If you're like me, as soon as you click yes to a subscription, you feel stuck. Starting Awaken 180 was the complete opposite because it's not a subscription, no fine print. Pay as you go, lose weight as you go. Awaken180weightloss.com.
We're giving away free AC inspections to our wonderful customers who now call and schedule. But you must act today. A deal this good won't last forever. Call 904-862-6769. DuckDuckAC.com. Any required repairs are not included in the inspection. This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On March 26, 1973, at the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship, UCLA beats Memphis for the Bruins' 7th straight title. Bruins' Bill Walton is named the tournament's most outstanding player.
How many different denominations of paper money are currently being used?
When you file a claim with Southern Oak Insurance, we schedule one of our trusted vendors to work directly with you, which means a faster claim resolution. Find out more at southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
There are 7 denominations of U.S. currency. The 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, 50, and $100 bills.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
This is Corona Premier. Just 90 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs. It's a light beer that... Wait, this is a light beer? But we should really tell people about... Right, that's why I'm here. Sorry. Corona Premier, unexpectedly, light beer.
Corona Premier, a light beer with just 90 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs. The premier side of life. For those that are active and on the go, pick some up the next time you're heading out to enjoy the day under the sun.
Corona Premier, an unexpectedly light beer. Here's good advice from your friends here at 1010XL. I'm Frank Frangie. The next time you need to send a gift for a birthday, anniversary, wedding, or just for the fun of it, call the experts at Kuhn Flowers. For over 75 years, Kuhn Flowers does it right.
Hey, nice job, Pete. I like those clean lines. Fellas, do we have anyone that can get to Greenport today?
At Corey's Landscaping, the staffing plan is in the weeds.
Anthony, we need that leaf blower over here. 3 more new customer requests just came in. Who wants to work some overtime?
He needs to dig up quality landscapers and fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
At Performance Painting, we've spent decades protecting commercial properties with durable, long-lasting coatings. And we can bring the same expertise when painting the exterior of your home. With industry-leading materials and a proven process, we extend the life of your home, reducing maintenance costs and preserving its value. Now, for a limited time, save $500 when you hire us to paint your home's exterior. Just mention 1010XL. Go to performancepainting.com to schedule a friendly estimate. Performance Painting. Repair, protect, preserve.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the Cool Down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, welcome back to the program. So you said you're headed to opening day in Texas.
Yeah.
That's
Texas.
awesome. Boston, Texas is a great game.
Texas. Nathan Uvalde against Crochet.
Why wouldn't they go with DeGrom?
I don't know.
Well, because he's only got 4 starts in him. I suggest they wait on it.
Day?
Yeah.
I mean, I get
Uvalde
it.
deserves it.
I
That's
mean,
why.
from
How about
last
that?
year.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's been a Ranger. He took him to the World Series, helped him win the World Series. So
good. I can tell my
did
son.
Bochy didn't retire, did he? Is he still with Arizona?
No, he's still there.
Oh, he's still there.
He'll never retire, probably. He's ageless, that guy, Bochy.
He came back.
I know. That's what I mean.
Yeah. He's a great skipper.
Texas.
Really good.
He's a good skipper.
I have a question for Daniel because all of the activities happened between last week's appearance and this. But how's your bracket doing? Are you like most of us? It's gotten so chalky that you have more Sweet 16s than you normally have.
I went closer to chalk this year, and I didn't have any teams making like a run to the even Elite Eight. Some of those 12, 12s,
right, and have maybe a win or maybe 2. But you have your Final Four still left. Who did you pick?
I went Florida, Houston, Duke, and now I've forgotten because it's on ESPN and I left it there.
Florida, Houston, Duke. You went Auburn or Michigan State?
Probably, I think Michigan State.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Murph. What years were you part of opening day with the Metropolitans?
So I was on opening day 9, 11, 12, 13, 14.
All right, let's test your memory.
I think.
09, who opened for you? And where did you open?
We opened in Cincinnati. Who
Very
pitched
nice.
for us? Johan.
Very good.
Was that still in 09?
Yeah.
In 09 was Cincinnati. They'd already given up the traditional. They're the opener, right?
Oh, I don't know. Probably.
We weren't the first game to open it.
For my lifetime, the Cincinnati was always the first game on the schedule.
But as we were in town, they still kind of talked about
Played about it like it was. Yeah.
All right. 11.
Miami, if I'm not mistaken.
Very good.
I was on the bench. Josh Johnson started for them.
Yep.
I don't know who started.
Fats in the Pelfrey.
Oh, Big Pelfrey
Big
started.
Pelf.
Big Pelfrey.
All right. 12.
Nationals.
Nope.
I didn't.
City Field.
Oh,
It's Braves, isn't it?
Braves.
Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
Johan.
Is that the 1-0
started.
game or
I don't know.
2-1? Didn't
Johan
you go to
got
that, Nick?
No, I went to the Syndergaard one.
Okay, that was also low scoring, right? Or we finally scored late.
That was the one where Syndergaard had a bases loaded double and we won like 5-1.
And then we also beat you on opening day just like a couple of years ago. We did nothing the whole game, and like Ozuna hit a home run in the 9th or something.
So it was
anyway.
Yeah, so in 12, Santana, no decision.
Braves.
Mets beat the Braves. 13,
Damn it.
Johnny Neese
Okay.
beat the Pod Squad at City. 14,
No.
Dylan G.
Dill
Washington.
Pickle. Oh, baby. I bet
Yeah.
they kicked the crap out of us.
Yeah, lost that one.
Yeah. It happens.
Mets have the best.
15 was a World Series year, though, right?
15.
Yeah. Mets have the best
and then
win-loss percentage on opening day of any team in baseball. It's
said
amazing.
that. I've heard that for about 25 years in a row.
Yeah.
I didn't play opening day because that was the one my son was born. So 15 I missed.
Well, the controversial.
Controversial.
How dare you?
So I was healthy. 16, I remember that one. We played the Bravos.
You
in
homered
DC.
in that one.
Yeah, shouldn't have thrown it there, Julio.
Yeah, look at him. I love it. It's when he shows a little bit of.
Just a little bit for the
Bravos. I like that, just for me. It
Took
makes
that
me
ball
feel
game
special.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
I swear, I
about this,
saw
this is-
him flip me off when he homered for the Mets at the Braves one time. And he was rounding between first and second. I just saw him go like this. He's rounding the bases. I was sitting there watching that. It's ridiculous. I don't need that.
Tom Seaver started 10 opening days in a row. For
Were
the
your
Mets.
parents Braves fans growing up? Or were they Reds fans? Or what were they?
I think my dad, Reds fans,
Yeah,
just from
'cause
growing up
Big
in
Red-
Louisville.
Yeah.
Big Red Machine.
Yeah, Louisville, Kentucky, and they were close. But we had the Braves on all the time.
By the way, because we've mentioned Louisville or the area, speaking again to the NCAA and they're just belligerents when it comes to incompetence and unfairness.
Yeah.
Like Houston is the number 2 seed in the overall field, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and I know you got to watch out for conference matchups, this, that, and the other. But in what world should Houston, as the 1 seed, go off to the Sweet 16 and have to play Purdue and Indianapolis?
Yeah.
Like, why would you? And by the way, guess who? In Tennessee, the better team, higher seed, you got to play Kentucky and Indianapolis. I mean, Lexington to Kentucky, Louisville to Kentucky, Purdue to to Indianapolis. It's a huge Purdue, especially. Here's Houston, the 1 seed. They've had all this trouble, and now you get the 4 seed, who should have no luxury, and they're going to have a big home court advantage in that game. And it just seems, again, it's so NCAA. Y'all can't do anything. You probably couldn't do a budget for a single family. You're just dumb. Y'all are dumb, man.
There was a kind of a touching moment last night with a former Seminole.
Okay.
Here
in Jacksonville?
In Houston.
Oh.
The skipper, Cam Smith, played for the Noles.
Okay.
And he had his parents come into the locker room because he made the opening day roster. He's been real good.
For the Astros?
Yeah, and I mean, the kid just broke down.
Did he really?
Oh, man. I mean, just sobbing. And it was like.
I love that stuff. They showed a Yankees catcher. Did you see that one on SportsCenter?
JC.
That he called his. He's like 29. He's finally made the.
So we were talking. Sorry to interrupt you. We were talking about he's played. He played independent league for a couple years. So like we were talking about on the broadcast Monday with the Mets broadcast, and he was down deep in the bushes. I was like,
deep.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dude, he was driving Uber like a couple years ago.
working.
Some Uber driver. Yeah.
Yeah, well, this kid's a first-round pick, but I think he was drafted last June, right?
He was the one that was traded. He was a part of the trade for Tucker.
Yeah. It's a different. Listen, it's a huge. No matter where you are, those are totally different. They're equally touching. Whether you're a young kid and you get called up and celebrate with your parents, or that story of the best one for me and involves my team was Evan Gaddis, who was literally like on Skid Row for part of his life and didn't make his.
No batting gloves and just crushes the
I
bat
got
in his
one
hand.
foul ball in my entire life of being a baseball fan. It came off the bat of Gaddis.
Yeah.
His story is really cool.
It's
He
really
was
cool.
Way out. He was out of it. He wasn't even in.
Oh,
like,
no. He's like in JUCO janitor.
Yes.
Like, literally.
Oh, boy. Oh, dear.
Fumble!
But anyway, yeah, so opening day tomorrow, and then and we'll see how it goes. And we're off to the races, man. 162, don't lie, as Murph has told us. Oh, you fumbled good.
I fumbled real good.
I came in with a point that I was going to try and make, but then Daniel ruined it all with his picks.
What do you mean?
And maybe it's just
Daniel ruined it with his picks?
well, and maybe this kind of point that I have, this opinion I have is just it's jaded because of who I do the show with every day and the mass amount of copious New York Mets information.
Yes, sir.
Which is, I get it. I'm not even being smart here.
Yeah.
I feel like the Braves, maybe it's because of the injuries. There's been a couple of years of first round exits. I feel like they're super under the radar, and I like that. But I lost that feeling when he picked them to win the division. I
don't think the Braves are under the radar. I think there's a heavy. I think more experts have picked the Braves.
Now that's fine.
Than the Phillies or the Mets.
Yeah, I do
and
too.
I see the Mets third in almost
I do
all
too.
the picks.
Maybe, but
reasonable
listen.
right
In
now,
fairness,
with the
now,
way
and
the
I'm not,
rosters are set up.
and I'm not trying to be snooty.
Yeah.
Maybe part of Braves fan feeling under the radar is because of the Dodgers' perspective.
I think,
in all fairness,
I think you feel under the radar because you didn't need to do anything
Well, that's fair
as much
too.
during the off season.
I don't feel under the. I feel
They
like
didn't.
they're under the radar. I'm not saying they should be. I'm not
Yeah.
saying we're under the radar. I'm saying I just. But again, that just could be just because I get so much, of the other stuff. Like, if you're sitting in Atlanta today, you probably don't feel under the radar. That's all you ever hear and talk is Braves baseball.
Before we get out of here, I saw they put up some stats on Julio Franco.
Oh.
Chipper said, dude was a beast. Great guy, super good player. The bat he's holding, 36 inches, 36 ounces. Check his grip, only 7 fingers actually on the bat.
Yeah, he'd hang like his pinkies off.
That was
like
such
a barbarian.
You want to talk about an odd stretch as a baseball fan. I can remember the summer that Julio Franco first got called up, and the Braves were a bad team. This is in that little stretch between the dominance of the 91 to 04 and then the getting good again. I remember thinking it was, well, that's weird. That's the same name as that former baseball player. Because when Franco came back, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't he like mid-40s?
Oh, yeah.
Like 46 or something?
Yeah,
like he literally was out of Major League Baseball for 15 years or something, wasn't he, Dan? What was the...
I don't know.
You don't have it there?
No. Won a batting championship in 1991, 341.
Well deserved.
Not bad. Played 500-plus games at first base, second base, shortstop.
Dang, the shortstop one is
surprising.
Yeah, it is surprising.
Well,
he was smaller earlier, but I mean,
play us out, Murph. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, happy opening day.
You too.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. CoolCatsJacks.com.
The coolest cats in town.
Yeah. Hey, Tone.
Good morning.
What's cooking?
Did anyone ever officially report a birth date for Julio Franco? I thought that was kind of a thing. It's like, how old is he?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
know if anybody ever checked on that.
Yeah, I have
probably
no
tried to check.
idea. I can remember like that last time I was up there that last year he was with the Braves.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of like, I get to watch 80-year-old Julio Franco play today.
He
It's
wasn't
like, I don't
out
know
of the
how
league
old
as long as I thought he was.
Yeah.
He just hadn't really done anything in a while, and he kind of flashed for Atlanta.
Played
that,
in
that
his
one
last
year.
Major League Baseball game in 07.
For the Mets, I think,
Retired
actually.
from baseball at the age of 49.
Yeah, he's 66 now, they say, 1948.
Wow.
I think he was at one point wasn't he the oldest player to start a Major League game?
May have been.
Or a position player or some. Yeah, he was out of the league for 5 years, from 98 to 02. Came back as a 43-year-old with the Braves after thriving in the Mexican League. Good Lord.
What do you got cooking today, Tone?
We have Tony Pauline will join us on the show.
Draft
So we'll dig into the draft. Our question of the day today: if the Jags end up playing the 2027 season in Orlando due to the renovations obviously happening here, how many games do you think you would attend? With the news coming out this week about that's moving forward, it seems. Nothing official.
Yeah.
They're your options. Season tickets about half the games, maybe 1 or 2. I'll catch them on TV.
Yeah.
While they're down there. Wherever
I like that.
They'll be playing.
It'll be interesting to see. Listen, a lot depends on how good they are too.
Sure.
Yeah. If they're good, it'll be a fun thing to do. If they're not playing good football, folks ain't going to want to go watch it, but we'll see.
Yeah. Well, that's anywhere all the time.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stupidity of the discussions that come up about you have a bad fan base. It's like, no, we have a fan base that has been punched in the face by losing for
And
a
in an
decade.
odd way, if they are good, this building of the stadium will help actually build the brand.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people will go see them in Central Florida that normally wouldn't, and then probably come back and
a little bit
check them out again.
Can't hurt.
Yeah, it can't hurt.
You know,
it
that
hurts
kind of
us,
thing.
but
Yeah.
it can't hurt.
Yeah.
But needed, necessary.
So we'll talk about all that.
All right, let's button up. Jaguars Today is coming up next.
Yes,
Tony and Mike
good
and all
show.
kinds of Jaguars talk. In 2004, Julio Franco passed Cap Anson as the oldest regularly playing position player in Major League history. There have been a few pitchers who went older. He was also the oldest player in Major Leagues to hit a home run.
Home run.
He did. I don't know if these have been broken, but at the time that he did it in his late 40s, that was the case.
All right, our work is through.
It is. It's been a Beach
Thank
Roast
you, RJ.
Plumbing Wednesday. We'll be back tomorrow. Big day tomorrow, Thursday. Openers in Major League Baseball, Sweet 16, and NCAA hoops, and one day closer to the draft. Jaguars Today is next. See ya.
The Drill. From the DivorceMenOnly.com studios at 1010XL.
Red Moondog 711 4230.